comfort zone, that area to do it, because we've been told to, keep it under the rug, sweep it under the rug. But now the molehill is growing, and now we don't know what to do with it. So, you know, it's more of a how. It's not even like, for me, it's not even a why are we doing it. It's how do we get rid of it? You know what I mean? So, that's the question. How do we get ourselves adjusted to, you know, have these conversations? And, I'm just glad that you're having it right now.
Brother, I appreciate you, and I try to create that environment, and I know like YouTube ain't that environment, but I'm doing something with the Discord. I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow. I had some other things. I seen it in a dream actually, but I'm gonna talk to you about it tomorrow. But yeah, that Discord, I'm gonna use that because I'm about to add another tier of my memberships, and I'm gonna offer coaching within that tier of membership. And the membership I already have, I'm gonna offer the $4.99. I'm gonna offer group sessions and talk about goal setting and goal achievement in the Discord though. So those two memberships will give you access to the Discord and have those coaching sessions with me. Rach, what up, sis? What up, Nine?
What up, Nine? What's up? What y'all doing?
Just chilling.
My bad.
Oh no, go ahead and pick Coach D brain. Pick my brain.
Wait, because I'm confused. You on two different topics, or all this is just one topic?
It is all one topic. Is how it's behavior. So, I mean, it's many different aspects to talk about it, from the adult behavior aspect or the child experience. Or you can talk about both, how one leads to the other, how one affects the other, how one dictates the other. So it's different angles you can hit the conversation from.
There's so many angles you can hit the conversation with.
We can go backward or forward. It don't matter.
That's true though. Your trauma, man. Listen, you see me how I put that job. I've talked about it. Your past doesn't determine who you are, but for some reason, somebody's past ends up determining who that person is, but not because of the future or the present, because that person let it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about this, we're just talking about the negative side. But even like the way I perceive women, it's because of my past. I grew up watching. I had a pimp for an uncle. I mean, it was my step uncle. It was my stepfather's uncle, but he was a real life pimp, like he was a pimp. So I seen that. Just growing up in the hood, it's just different. It's a different perception on how to deal with women than when I became an adult and moved out. So, but I had a mother and I had sisters, and I'm like, nah, man, I don't want that. They watching how I treat women, and that's how they expect to be treated by men. So I knew I couldn't, give them a bad example. So, I mean, a lot of times you can have adversity at a youth and it molds you into a greater person, or sometimes it breaks you. There's duality to that. So you'll see some people who make it out the mud, and because of all the immoral things that happen to them, they become some of the most righteous, moral people ever. And you have some people who would break, and then they just continue that cycle of hurt. So, I mean, it can happen either way. Blanco, what up, though?
But I think it's all. I think it's all about, like, I get that some of us go through some shit, but like you've said it before. I've had a lot of old heads say it to me when I was young, and I didn't understand them. You see where I'm coming from? But we all have choices and options, no matter how hard or how difficult our life is. You see where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, in a way, that's why I always say I'm blessed, because I never let my past determine my future. But for a minute, my past almost broke me, and people know it. So it's kind of like, I get what you're saying. And it's crazy how it works out in different ways. Because if you look at it, like I spoke on my baby pop's past before too, and look where he at. He's right here, making a difference, taking animals under his wings. You see where I'm coming from? Doing almost the same thing you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And And that's why I tell people, like, you can't nail people to a cross for things they doing in their past if it's their past. Now, if a person is still doing it, it's not their past, it's their present. Then that's something different. But if we done did some things, made mistakes, when we were young and we learned from them and we changed the behavior, that's what being forged in the fire does. You know, um, that's exactly what being forged in the fire does. It That's you, Commander.
Yeah, it's me. What up, fam?
What up now? I just had to make sure real quick.
What
Um,
up,
but
man?
that,
What up, everyone? What up, nine? Chat, chat. Where you at? Okay, I'm done.
but yeah, that's just what forged in the fire does. Is the adversity that we encounter in life. It's either gonna make us or break us. Everybody had different things within them. So you will see some people overcome things, and then you will see some people falter to it. I don't judge either one because that's just life. You know, but if you're not currently doing something that you used to do, that's not your present. That's your past. So people trying to nail people to the cross for that, they just weird. Y'all rock out for 1 second. All right,
I've
y'all go ahead.
always, I've always said that it's crazy because I'm saying that I've had people try to do that, right? And what I mean by that is, right, I'm in a relationship, right, with my daughter's father. He's my whole fiance, but you know that for the longest I've had people in my, oh, he's like this, he doesn't change. I'm saying, I was like, y'all still judging this man for his past, not even giving him a chance to see who he is today. I don't give a fuck about his past, who he was with, what he did. At the end of the day, I don't know that man. You see where I'm coming from? Like, this the man I know. This the person he showed me he was. So it's two completely different people. I don't give a fuck about his past. And I've had females judge me, talk shit. I don't care. His past is his past. He showed me a
I
whole
think
different
it
person.
depends. I think it depends what their past is.
Listen, at the end of the day, as long as you're not a pedophile, you see
There
where
you
I'm
go.
coming
That
from?
part.
Or, you see an abuser and stuff like that. I don't care if you killed 10 bodies and kept it a secret. You see where I'm coming from? If you could explain it to me, and listen, I'm not gonna get into details, but I'm hoping people get my point. People have listen. People have a chance to change. People deserve a
Yeah,
second opportunity
absolutely.
at the end of the fucking day. So this person could have been a monster, could have did something in the past for some type of reason. As long as this person didn't do certain things, I don't care. He got his shit together, or she got her shit together. The past shouldn't fucking bother. Oh, I'm sorry, it shouldn't matter.
Mm.
I just, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Because I've seen the situations where mothers will say that, but the past is like what you said, chomo or some sort of unaliving that, like they're risking their family, they're risking their children, they're risking for someone that supposedly has changed. So I think it depends on what it is. But yeah,
That
if it's like how you're saying, like maybe they had some addiction problems or maybe they were a
not
cheater before, I
how
don't know.
how many people had to defend themselves to the look at where has said he has he's been in them streets. You know how many people I know, you see where I'm coming from, that been in them streets have to had to defend themselves. So I'm gonna sit here and judge this man. Oh yeah, he got a body on him. Blah blah. Okay, does it make him a monster? Why does he
It
got?
depends,
You
right?
see my point?
The
Exactly.
situation.
Thank you. That's what I was like, yo.
But a
That's why
lot
I'm
of the
kind of
time,
like,
it's not even the situation, right? It's the mindset of people. I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna give you an example, right? Now, ladies, don't get offended, but y'all know there's a lot of females that go about saying once a cheater, always a cheater, right? So he could be doing everything correctly, right? But because it's a habit that we have formed, you waiting for the smallest thing for that dude to do and say, I knew you was gonna do that. Your intuition kicks in, all of this old crazy stuff, all because it's the mindset that bad habit that we have. And as soon as it happened, I knew you was gonna do it. And now we just forgot every good thing that dude did just because of that one little situation. And it wasn't even that severe of a situation, but you cut him off. So it all
But
starts with our state of mind as far as how we viewing things and girlfriend says this, that. Girl, you need to leave him because he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He about to cheat and this, and all because of what he did, one little thing. Everybody's not going to change overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time, but because we live in this microwave society, we always looking for the quickest way to get out of a situation just because we don't want to be hurt, and that could be the furthest thing from the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crazy part. But see, on the cheating part, I don't really talk on it because I tell people I haven't been cheated on. I don't know what makes somebody cheat. That right there still gets me like. So it's kind of like, I really don't like.
I'm going to give you guys an example of a situation that's real life going on right now. This lady, she married her husband. She's the 5th wife.
Damn.
Right? So he's got a past of different marriages. He's got a past of being violent towards children. And right now her child is missing. And that child, there was some CPS calls. Maybe it wasn't like justified. Not every CPS call is justified or like a real issue, right?
Yeah.
But the child is missing now, and he was scared to tell his dad what was going on in the house because he knew that if he told his real dad what was happening with the stepdad, that his dad would go off and then possibly lose his job or end up locked up. So I think sometimes we have to watch what we say in front of kids, because if they know, like, yeah, I'm willing to get locked up or I'm going to do this to that person, then they may be scared to even tell you because they know or they think that they're going to ruin the person's life, the person they love, So I think that dad is really kicking himself now because he's been missing now for, I think, 8 months or 9 months. They don't know what happened. There's some things that happened before he went missing that kind of lead people to believe some wrongdoing within the family. But see, the mom took the risk and said, no, he's changed, and she's still with him. But who knows? Maybe he did something to that child and he didn't really, maybe he changed, but something
He had a past with him?
got triggered.
Like a real dark past, like you said? Then the mom figured it out, or they figured it out
It's
after
not a
the
dark
child was
past. It's not like dark past. It's just like he's been married so many times, and then he's just been abusive to some of the kids that were in his past relationships.
That's a red flag, though.
Past stepchildren.
Let's see. Y'all said so much that summed up everything that I said. That was dope. I had to get in on it real quick.
Yeah.
I want to touch on a little everything. But that was like, for me to sum it up, that's why I was saying, like, if it's still a person's present, is not their past, if they still doing it. So if this person was in a relationship 2 years prior to that, that's not his past, that's his present. If his prior relationship, he was abusive towards kids, that's not his past, that's his present. You see what I'm saying? So,
but how do you determine that? How do you determine how long?
Behavior.
The consistency of the behavior.
So 2 years is not enough, do you think, to rehabilitate?
No. I mean, think about this. Like, if you're in a relationship, how quick you got to look at from one relationship to the next. And what did you do to rehabilitate? What did you learn from your mistakes? Are you still like, okay, if you're abusive towards kids, how do you, what are the signs of rehabilitation? Are you still disciplining the kids or punishing the kids? How are you punishing the kids? If you got a history of abusing kids, maybe you shouldn't be the disciplinarian. Maybe you should discipline the kids by putting them on punishment. It shouldn't be no physical contact. And you would have to show where you went, how you rehabilitated yourself. Most people, they only sorry. They're not sorry that they actually did things. They're sorry that they got caught. So when we're talking about abuse, cheating, person ain't sorry that they did it. They sorry that they got caught. So the consistent behavior will show what steps are they taking to get better. You know, if a person, like, even using the cheating aspect, right? So if a person was a cheater in the past and he learned or she learned, the person learned from their mistakes. Okay, I did this. I really love this person. You know, so now I know I can't put myself in a position where I'm weak at. And a person shows a change of behavior. Okay, I'm not gonna go to no strip club. I'm not gonna hang out with all my single boys and go out to clubs, and because I know they're trying to get the change of behavior will show if a person learned or if a person is being rehabilitated from or you know, from their past mistakes. You have to look at the behavior. What changes did they make? Because without change, what did you learn? If you're not changing something that you were consistently doing, what did you really learn?
Well, I think there's always a risk, right? Because if you're, let's say, like they say, once an addict, always an addict, and let's say you've been rehabilitated for 10 years, right? You haven't touched anything, but maybe you haven't been in the space or the situation that ends up like piling up on you and triggers you. So like there's always that risk that when you marry someone or involve yourself with someone, there's a risk. So you have to know the level of risk you're taking, I guess, and maybe talk about
Yeah,
what the triggers are, what the, you know.
yeah, that's
And
true. Because even when you go about it that way, right? There's a like I think I was talking to my 33 brother earlier, right? Sometimes, you know, actions speak louder than words, right? So how do you do that, right? So let's just say a guy is a individual who has a drinking problem, right? They become so afraid of seeing that situation that they'll for regular people, oh, you going to the extreme. No, but for that individual, he's going to his comfort zone. Let me get away from there, right? Like people are addicted to women, they lust for women, right? I'm not going to the strip club. I'm gonna sit in the house and you know, I'm gonna substitute that excitement for something else. I might turn to sports and things of that nature, all because I'm afraid if I get around there that triggering expectation is going to kick in and I'm just going to just fall off the wagon, quote unquote. And that's what a lot of people have to go through, right? A big part of breaking the chain is breaking the environment, right? So if you you got to be around sober people. Like we ain't going to like we could just sit outside and have a conversation. We'll drink lemonade instead of drinking Mike's Hard lemonade. You know what I mean? Things of that nature that get you away from it. But your action definitely is what's going to keep you further away from the harm than the 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 fouls.
Yeah, and as the other person in the relationship, like they should like see the signs. They should know what signs are like so they can kind of prevent it.
or help. Because a lot of times you can't prevent, but it's two type of addicts, right? There's an active addict and there's a recovering addict. And if you talk to any recovering addict, they'll tell you they take steps. Some of the people have been going through AA meetings for the last 10, 15 years. I know a couple of them. They still go. You know, every month they go to a meeting. They become sponsors. You know, they change their behavior. They don't hang in the same crowds. They don't go into the same environment. They don't put themselves in those stressful situations that they used to that used to trigger their addiction. When they feel a trigger coming on, now they have tools they can use. They can call someone, you know, to talk them down. You know, it's the behavior that changes. When someone wants to, like Rilla said, you know, he know people who never look back, and I guarantee you those people have contingency plans just in case if something do happen. They know to do this, to do that. They ready. You know, life is war. You gonna be battling
Yeah,
your whole life.
absolutely.
Like even like if I can, my addiction was violence. I used to I used to like getting hit. I used to want to be in confrontation. You know, because I had so much anger and pain in me. Yeah, I needed to get it out. That's how I transmuted my energy. Was taking it out on other people, not taking it out on the people who put the pain, the hate in me, but take it out on other people. I was addicted to that.
Facts.
So I found ways, being non-confrontational, being at peace with myself really is what did it. Being comfortable with myself, being at peace, understanding who I am and what I am. Understanding those emotions, even when I get upset, even if somebody says something and I get upset, that's my emotion. That's my feeling. No matter what they said, if it was disrespectful, it's still mine. I own it. So once I took accountability from the way I feel, no one ever was ever to take control of my emotions and feelings. Once I took accountability and I became more responsible. Even if somebody say something now, I'm not gonna give them what they want.
Yeah, and I'm not saying people can't change. No, absolutely, people can never go back, like Realist said.
But it's
I'm not saying
like
that people can't.
but what you saying, I totally understand what you're saying because, but and that's why I gave a solution. If they pass as they passed, I mean they corrected it. They not doing it no more. But most people, like you even said, how long does it take? It can take a minimum time or a long time, depending on the individual. Some
That's
people can learn right away. It could take people years to learn. But is
It
the
could be
per the
10 years.
important thing is the person making the effort.
yeah.
Is the person doing the right things?
And, it's crazy. Some people do really change, and there's people stuck in the past. It's not that person that's stuck in the past; it's the people around them. I'm gonna put my baby pops as an example. People still stuck in the past of that man that used to sit there, make that bread out in the corners, was hustling back to back. And you know how it was back then, right? Where like I don't really gotta break that shit down. So it's like now
Yeah,
that you got somebody that is actually, trying to take young bulls under their wing. You see where I'm coming from? Is doing a 9 to 5, doing side gigs and stuff that doesn't have to do in the streets, and his money's not coming in the way it was. Motherfuckers get mad. They want them to go back. They push and they'll push and they'll push. And I'm saying it's like, why do you want the old person back? I don't even know that person, and from the stories I hear, I sure as hell don't want that person back.
Hmm.
So why
Yeah,
not
and they have to
leave
stay
this
away from
person the
those
way that?
people.
Why not leave him the way he is? I like this person. I'm scared of the person that y'all keep mentioning. I don't want to ever even see a hint of that person around me.
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah. I
Like I,
heard my wife said it. Like if he was still that person, I wouldn't even deal with.
exactly. Like what
My
the
wife was
fuck?
like,
I
"What?"
like this one. Like, yeah, okay, he got a little bit. All right, I could see a little bit of what y'all seeing in him. Y'all saw in him, right? But I don't. If I see a little bit and it scares me sometimes, and it's not, he's violent towards me. I can see what people give him to out here in these streets. Like, damn, why do y'all want that back? It gets y'all mad. So why do y'all want him back? That's my way of thinking. Like, I don't understand people's logic. Y'all wanted the man to change so much that when he did change, now y'all want the old one back. It's confusing. It's like I'm baffled on that shit.
Well, that's because people get people get comfortable with the oldness, right? There's a lot of people that can't adjust to something new, right? For example, if you was the type of woman that would walk around with some boots on, the people would presume like she ready to punch somebody in their face, and now all of a sudden you walk in the slippers and they expect, it's about to go down. Why you ain't strapped up and
Shit,
things
they
of that
still.
nature. So it's like I, I'm not here for that no more. All right, so then they'll start disassociating themselves for you because your
Mhm.
reputation is what they carry on in today's society. Instead of saying, you know what, because they're adjusting, we should be adjusting, and that's a problem with a lot of people. And so, we all have to figure that out. But the question for Coach D is, I have a big, like, when you showed realist comment, people got to really want that. How often would you accept, how often would you suggest the difference between a want and a need for individual to change/improve themselves?
I'm gonna answer that in 1 second. Belt Loop, what up, though? I was just about to say I like that new avatar. I remember you, bro. I know you is. I appreciate you sliding through, bro. I appreciate
What
you. I
up,
ain't seen
Belt
you
Loop?
live in a minute. You know Belt Loop too. Yeah, Belt Loop, they cool people.
Welcome, welcome.
Blessings,
Miss
blessings.
Chicago, what up, though? Hey, if somebody can drop Belt Loop channel in the chat, definitely go check them out. They be having some cool conversations, some real adult conversations. You know, they joke around and have
Mature,
fun
mature,
too. Mature
mature.
conversation.
Hey, Miss
But
Chicago.
I'm gonna let y'all rock out for a second, then I answer the question. But yeah, y'all greet the people, man. Greet the people. We appreciate the chat. Miss Chicago in the building.
Damn, we said that at the same time, except I added the beautiful.
Well,
Nah,
that question
on
you had.
plastic. Sorry.
No, hey, go for it.
No, I said knock on plastic because me and Word said I don't got wood around me, so I'm not gonna do
Oh,
plastic.
okay.
So I want to delineate on the question a little more, just a little clarification. Um, so you asking which initiates the change more, the want or the need?
No, I was asking the question, how often do you emphasize the difference between a want
Okay.
and a need?
Um, it depends on the person because different things drive different people. Like we can say want is more prevalent than need, and then you have someone to say need is more prevalent than want. So it just depends on the individual how they view it. Like me personally, I can't tell nobody what works for them, and as a coach, it's more or less understanding what works for a person versus telling them what should work for them. Like think about like in sports, right? If you got somebody who fast, you go put him in position to succeed with his speed. Not he might not have the skill sets to go across the middle, but hey, he a burner. We can run him some reverses. We can run him on the fly, and that's where he go succeed at. But we go put him in the best position. So if a person feel more strongly about the need, I will use that versus the want. But if a person feels more strongly about wants, I will use that. But I do emphasize because both of them sum up to knowing your why. You can attack it with the want or the need. Do you need this? How bad do you need it? Or do you want this? If you want this, but that will fuel your why.
Mm-hmm.
Remembering your why. If you need to do this, remember why. If you want to do this, remember why. So I will use either one of them to fuel the person to get closer to their why. If that, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, because we've had that conversation, whether it's on here, other panels, and it becomes a debate because we're trying to emphasize which one is more important.
Mm.
I'm just saying, like you said, on an individual basis, right? You're trying to, you know, uh, reach them where they at, right? So you'll say, you know what? I think you should want to do this a lot more. Or then if the person you feel like they're a needy person, okay, this is a necessity for you in order to do A, B, and C. Because you're a life coach, I understand you know how to put that category in the right place. I was just asking because I know a lot of people want to, well, they feel like they have to do something to change or to improve themselves, but
Mm.
the level or the urgency is something that I don't think that a lot of people may understand or feel that it's a part of the growth process, right? They may want to take their time, but you know how many people take their time and they're still working on it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later because they're still working on it. The urgency, I think, or the necessity for me, for my understanding, the necessity will make you want to do it quick enough to where I I don't even want to work on this. I need to work on something else and continue to build. So that was the reasoning for the question.
And you know what's dope? If y'all philosophy is like what got me interested in philosophy was all these different concepts they have, right? Within philosophy, all these different genres of philosophy, right? And I ran into Miyamoto, the Book of the Five Rings, right? And when I was reading that, it's like that's probably the one of the best philosophy books that you can ever pick up and read. I would suggest everybody read that. It's better than Art of War or even Buddha saying, the teachings of Buddha, to me, in my opinion. But the reason I say that is because oftentimes we look at things and we compare them versus just understanding what all the individual things are useful for. That everything has a purpose or a use. So uh, sometimes we need the desire of the need is greater than the desire of the want, and sometimes it's vice versa, just depending or predicated upon the individual, right? So what Miyamoto taught was like anxiety is a good thing. I can use it for this. Depression is a good thing. I can use it for this. Everything that he's seen was useful. Anything that he experienced, it had a purpose. It had a use. So that's how. That's one of the philosophies I adopt. Oftentimes you hear me say, "Oh no, I'm ignorant on purpose. I use my ignorance not to fail." So
What?
a lot
Wait, what's an example of that? I've never heard anyone say that.
say they use their ignorance not to fail. Um, if it's things that I desire, people say I'm stubborn. Like I won't get it. How many times I did it wrong? I'm willing to do things 300-400 times before I get it right. It's just ignorance. Instead of thinking I can't do it, I just think I need to figure out a way to get it done. And no matter how many times I attempt and fail, um, eventually, if I keep going, I figure it out. So even if I tried something 500 times and the 501 time I figured it out, did I actually fail? Failing is when you stop
Mm.
trying. So I
Hmm.
use my ignorance to never stop trying.
Thanks. The harder you fall, the faster you get up.
I'm sorry.
I work better under stressful situations.
hmm I do too. I really do.
I think I think Gary has a point though. Like some of us, I think in certain points we use the need and the want. Like for example, in my situation, people know my story. When I got pregnant of my son, listen, man, I was so scared with my firstborn that I almost committed. I attempted suicide. I thought that he was going to go through the same lifestyle that I went through. I didn't, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what to do. You see where I'm coming from? But when I had him, I wanted to change. It was like every day I would stare at this boy, talk to him. You see where I'm coming from? And it's like I needed to change. Not just for me, but for him. And I had to start off with myself. And it took me a minute. So that
And
PTSD, like I tell people, is not a joke. And it's not something easy to deal with because the reason that I tried that was because of my PTSD.
shout out to Coach D, right? Well, I'm gonna ask him another question, right? I know he's mentoring teenagers and things of that nature, right? Not getting too specific, right? But do you work on do you work on the parents that say, to their children, figure it out? Like to me, for me, that's a triggering term for me, right? Because we trying to tell our kids to figure it out, but we don't give the kids the tools to come to the aspect of understanding how to figure it out. Because of the we haven't broken the chains of our past. if our parents like, yo, you got to figure this out yourself, or you gotta work on this all by yourself, and this, that, and the third. So my question to you is, if you do, like, is that an individual basis of how to coach that aspect away from a child and the parent, or is it just like towards the individual parent?
Like I haven't ran into any of that yet as far as like, mentoring. I actually only did one session so people can still get in. But the way I handle that is I have to like, I'm blessed that the kids I'm helping, I know they parent. So, I told they parent we have to create this environment where even teaching emotional intelligence where they feel comfortable expressing their emotions without being punished or judged. We have to create that environment. So like you just said, how would I handle that with a parent? I will also always tell a parent, make sure you equip your kids with the proper tools so they can be successful in life. So before you tell them to figure it out, make sure you get it figured out, and you have given them the tools so they can figure it out. It will be more contextual because kids are going to have to experience things for themselves. That's one of the hardest things. Just me being a parent and my kids being young, not even in that teenage year, it's going to be hard for me to allow them to, experience and figure some of the things out on their own. But it's necessary, because if they don't, and when you're not here, they ain't gonna have the will, the fortitude, or the knowledge on how to figure things out. So it's not, like I said, it's more contextual. Did you equip them with the proper tools for them to figure it out? And that means knowledge, understanding. Because if you didn't, then you kind of just throwing them to the slaughter. You just throwing them to the slaughter. Appreciate you, Belt Loop. Appreciate you.
Good night, Belt
Thanks for
Loop.
stopping through.
Buenas noches.
I think, like, for me, for school, I wasn't helped with projects and homework. I had to figure it out. I was told to figure it out. But you could tell the kids who had their parents help, you could tell. You could tell. But I figured it out. I used whatever I had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell, like, people were, some parents are doing their kids' homework for them.
What era was you born in?
What era? I don't want to say what era, but like, I think today,
you like in the 80s,
kids,
right? 90s, maybe.
I know kids today want their parents to like do everything for them.
No, our kids, when you tell them go figure it out, they go to Alexa. That's all they know is Siri and Alexa. No, let me take Alexa. Let's swipe that out. All they know is Siri. They go to their iPads, their iPhones, and they'll figure it out. That's how they know so much more that, listen, I hear my daughter every day, Mom, I want an iPhone, an iPad. I'm like, for what? My friend has it. They be on Snapchat. TikTok is banned right now. So I haven't heard her speak on TikTok since she's been back to school. But that's all they be in. They be searching. They be Googling everything. Their parents won't answer. The crazy part is I hear my daughter come over here and she'll start telling me everything. And I have a damn Android. She'll come to my Android. Siri, what does da-da-da? I'm like, what is you? She's like, Siri's going to answer. I'm like, I have an Android, baby. Siri's not going to answer nothing. So you're going to keep asking Siri and it's not going to come up.
But Siri's not going to go out to the store and buy you like supplies. And like, I could ask Google things, but Google's not going to like buy stuff for me.
But these kids are learning everything. Listen, my daughter has questions that she'll see like on YouTube or something. And her account and my account are linked, right? So I see everything that she sees on the history. Like there'll be videos. I'll be like, all right, let me see what she's watching. Boom. Everything. Listen, when she'll come here and she'll start telling me and asking me certain questions that have to do with grown-ups, when the sex conversations are coming, I'm sitting here like, let me sit and talk to you before you decide to pull out my Alexa thinking it's Siri to ask the questions that your friends are asking over there. So yeah, the parents, the too much, figure it out yourself. These kids will go out and figure it out. I mean, I think word knows the phrase,
Yeah.
right? You throw a kid out to the wolves, they gonna come out leading the pack.
See, that's why I feel like it helped me to figure things out versus if my parents would have done stuff for me, then yeah, how am I supposed to learn how to figure stuff out?
But see, one thing, these kids ain't helping these parents ain't, not all. I'm speaking in general. There's some good parents out here and nobody talks about. For some reason, the bad outshines the good. But a lot of these parents don't talk to their kids. They don't talk to them about, listen, let's talk about cooking. Let's talk about changing the oil in the car. They don't talk to them about relationships, about consequences, about smoking, about drink. No. And when it comes to all the extracurricular activities like smoking, drinking, partying, they join them. Then they want to complain while my child is doing this. That's how it is
But
nowadays.
yeah, and I was just about to say, like, even today's new habits, right? Or bad habits, right? Like when most of us was growing up, right? We would have sleepovers, right? And now, like, that is such a rarity that there's so much worry. Like every parent is a bad parent. You gotta. I mean, I understand the concept, but we're not even having the time to form that unit to that parents get to know parents and little 6, 7, 8 year old friends could go over there and spend the night, and because there's so much negative energy that we're fearing that something's going to happen to our child. So I think that's another a habit that we got to break, but
Like
But I
over
don't
it's
think,
sheltering
right
them.
time to break that.
no, I think that's a habit that every parent should not break because listen, I'm sorry, I'm in the hood right now. I don't know if y'all in the hood too, but I think y'all is in the hood of whatever city y'all in, right? I think almost everything is the hood now. But there's too many stories surfacing right now with kids being it's happening. Unfortunately, it's happening and it's mostly uncles and aunties. It doesn't matter if it's not your uncle or your auntie, but it's happening. It's too much going on, and then you know listen, you don't even want me to get into details with that. I think that's one little thing that I think a parent should not, don't. If we didn't do it back then, because definitely back then we wasn't allowed. You see, to spend the night over at other people's houses. I didn't get it, but now I get it. But guess what? I still went through it in my own. So at the end of the day, you still got to be cautious. And I'm not saying it because I went through it. I'm not saying it because I'm a survivor. I'm saying it because there's too many stories out here surfacing. And just like back then, a lot of people want to keep it hushed. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
has to be a balance.
it has to be a balance. Yeah.
I think too, like kids being scared to tell their parents like they're being bullied or any of those
Mm-hmm.
things. Like people have to like not overreact, or else the kids aren't gonna tell you.
Facts.
And then it has to be like solution based. Like maybe instead of overreacting, talk about it and ask questions and talk
So
about, okay, what can we do? Because some kids are not gonna want you to go down to the school and make a big make a big fuss,
so
make a big
let me.
deal.
Yeah, facts. Well, what Commander just said, right? How do you think that parents should go about with listening to their kids? Because I feel as though that the kids should be listened to, right? Not be made out to be liars all the time. Not to be, I don't got the time to hear it. Or when the kid does come, I doubt what you're saying. Like, how can a parent say? I mean, you should know your kid, right? But
Yep.
how can these parents talk to their kids, right? And there be a bond between the kids and a parent that is not a friend bond. Because I don't even know how to call it. Because it's like I have a bond between my kids and we talk. You see, and they'll still come to me
Uh,
and tell me. So it's like, how can other parents do it though? Because they're saying it's impossible.
observation. No, it's not. It's called observation. It's very simple. If you well, the problem is because there's a lot of I don't want to I don't want to pin it on like a certain section of a situation, right? A lot
Yeah.
most of the time it's a single parent, right? So if a single parent doesn't have the time to check homework. They don't have the time to check their kid and see, well, you came home from school a little differently today. What happened? Right? And then, the kid could brush it off because you probably that single parent is too tired to even observe how the child is behaving, right? But when you have that time, you can say, you know what's wrong? Why are you so quiet? And the other day you be excited that something, you will always tell me something happened at school, but now you're quiet. What happened? What's wrong? Some people might say you overanalyze the situation, but if you know your kid, there's something off. You can see that in their action. That's why, when they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, that's what it is with action too. An action speaks louder than words as well. So the observation part is always going to be key to see, like, what's going on with your child, because even if your child don't tell you verbally, their action is going to do a lot of the talking.
Well, instead of asking them, how was school? And they say, good, like maybe ask them, what happened at school today? Did something bad happen at school today? Give me something bad happened or something good happened. Or,
I don't
like, and then
ask
they
if
can,
something bad happen. Just ask.
I would say ask always, did something bad happen? Nothing might have happened. They say no. Did something good happen? Oh yeah, something good happened, this, that. Because like you're asking the certain question like a different way instead of, because they're always going to say good. How was school? Good. Usually.
Say, yeah, I do that. I'll be like, how was school? She be like, good. I mean, y'all be seeing me on my lives. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be going live to pick up my daughter. I'm like, yeah, how was school today? What you do in school today? You see where I'm coming from? I start asking so many questions and she be answering. So, I mean, it's up to you as the parent to be, the cop, the officer, the enforcer, the detective, the everything.
Right. And if something bad happened and they tell you like so and so, like, I don't know,
Cutting
knock me upside the
edge.
head. All right, what'd you do about it? Did you tell someone? Did you hit that person back? Like, have a conversation. Okay, tomorrow you didn't tell anybody. Tomorrow I want you to go. Depends how far it went, right? I want you to go to the counselor or to the principal's office. What if they don't want to do it? Then you got to talk to them about like why it's a good thing to do it, why they should do it first instead of you getting involved. And if they need a little help by setting up the appointment, have them do it first.
Listen, my baby pops told my daughter, right, the last time that she got picked on, he was like, listen, tell the teacher what's going on, and if the teacher doesn't listen, right, you do whatever you gotta do back, right, and go tell the teacher again. Tell me why she skipped tell the teacher
Yeah.
what's going on and actually hit the kid back, and I had to go to school.
Then you got to
all.
call.
But at first, I was like, yo, I fought that job. I sat here and had a whole conversation with the teacher. I was like, look, listen, she's not going to sit here. She's getting tired, but she should say the first time. You see where I'm coming from? Like, we had to sit here and have this whole conversation with my daughter. Like, listen, I get it. I know you get tired. And they be little boys picking, and I had to sit here and explain to her so many, and they're basically theories, because I don't know what's going on through these little boys' heads. You see where I'm coming from? So it's kind of like,
Yeah. Sometimes you got to hit back. Like, sometimes. But there's consequences.
that girl, that girl is bad to the bone like her dad. So let me stop saying that before people really believe it.
But you know what always fascinates me? How quick people forget when they was kids when they become parents.
Facts.
And even going back to the title of the show, a lot of times it be learned behavior. A lot of things I hear people saying to their kids, was said to them when they was kids. But you remember how you used to feel when you asked your parents why? Like, do you remember why you even asked your parents why? And your parents said, we remember what the response was because I said so. Right? Or don't question me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But do
Shit,
you remember why you even asked why?
I do. I remember all the
Kids are
questions I
always
asked.
curious.
Because we just wanted to know. But
Some of the
so
stuff didn't make sense, right?
and
Don't leave that out.
anytime like you guys, Gary, I'd be talking to him, my son be like, blah, 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 why? And I'd be like, son, because of this, son, because of that. I explained it to him. You know, how, like I said, how quick we forget when we were kids, the different things we needed. Like, have you, you know, some kids, your kids may experience something you never did, you know, but just think about when you was kids. Why did you hide things from your parents? You know, now that you're adult, that should be going to, well, you know what, I did hide things from my parents because of this. So let me not create this environment. Let me not create this condition. Let me not create this scenario because I remember how it felt when I was in that position. You know, that's one of the things, you know, I always tell parents, like, remember when you was a kid? I tell my wife that all the time. She's like, oh my God. You know, I know I used to like my kids write on walls. I just be like, man, I'm just buy stuff we can wipe off easily. Just do that. Like my wife wanted to buy a whole new living room set. I said, I'm not spending all that money until they like 10 or 11 because whatever we buy, they go mess up. I'm just telling you. So no, I'm not about to spend 15, 2,500 on a living room set when they just go tear it up anyway. I just spent
Yeah.
$400 on the entertainment system and they trashed it. Like, nah, I'm straight. My kids like jumping and climbing and flipping off stuff. So, nah,
Well, you
everything
know
is.
how I feel about that, about writing on the walls. But like,
Yo,
if you buy a white couch and expect for it to stay clean, like that's not logical or reasonable
Mm-mm.
when you have little
I'm
kids.
laughing because you won't believe that I had a childproof house all the way until like not so long ago. Now I'm trying to fix things up. Now I got a table. Now I got chairs and stuff like that. When I had my kids and they was like, why won't you get any? Because I need a childproof house. My son, my oldest is autistic, and that nigga was like, I'm sorry, that little boy was like Spider-Man everywhere. You see where I'm coming from? Like, you know, one day I had to go to the movies, right? And he stood over with his godmom. Yo, I think it was what in the beginning, the first 5 minutes into the movie, Rachel, I need you to come. I'm like, what's wrong? Your son just flew from the top of the steps and da-da-da. He busted. I had to take this boy to the hospital. Stitches. I'm like, you imagine me having glass tables and all that in my house? I said, no. I don't care if they draw on the walls. I don't care what they do. I can clean that up later. I'm not worried about none of that. But no. I'm tired of, shit. I'm tired of replacing. I'm good with that. I see how much stuff my mom had to replace when shit I was younger. I had a
Cutting edge.
childproof
What's
house.
up?
I had
Cutting edge,
none of
little
that.
shit.
Cutting edge,
Much
what up,
love.
though?
So for like the good 10, 15 years of my life with my kids, I had everything plastic in my house. Real shit, no lie.
Well, my husband has a rule. Nobody eats in his car. I have a rule. I don't care. Anybody can eat in my car. I don't care.
No, listen, man. I got OCD. I'm scared of rats. You got to clean. We ain't Philly. It's like New York. You gotta
Yeah, I
clean.
couldn't. I wouldn't be eating Chinese food in Philly. Thanks for telling me.
Meow.
What'd you say, word?
I never eat no Chinese food in Philly.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah. I was showing that John when I'm like, we outside. Yo, I think when was it last summer or the summer before? I was like, look at the rats coming out the stores, y'all. Man, be crazy out here. Shit. You gotta have OCD. If you're not somebody that cleans, listen, I don't care if you're messy. You gotta clean behind yourself. And you cannot eat in the rooms. There's no eating in the rooms. Gotta keep these houses clean. She said you can eat in the car and shit. You leave any food
yeah.
anywhere, them rats will come in. They
Accidents are
invade.
gonna happen as long as you clean it up. You spill it, you clean it up.
Shit, tell a kid to clean up. My baby was like, yo, have them clean up. And then he's like, you better not clean up. I'm like, they be missing spots. I gotta clean up after them. They're not gonna get it until they get older. And I keep saying, I was like, wasn't you a kid before? Oh, but I was like, yeah, you had a grandmom that was on top of you. They called the warden. I didn't have none of that. And I had to sit here and get on my knees and do all that. I'm not putting my kids through all that shit. I'm like, it sounds fucked up, but listen, as long as they're not, if they're not bad, I'm not punishing them like that. That's some
Or
old
like
school
forcing
shit.
them to eat. Like there's some
Nah,
people
man,
force.
you
Yeah.
don't force to eat. Fuck that.
I feel like as grown-ups, we don't like certain things to eat. So like same with kids. There's some certain
No,
things they don't like
they
to
don't
eat.
eat what I cook, but
But if they
I'm
don't
not
like it,
gonna
then are you shoving it
say
down their throat? Like, you have to eat
no.
this.
They got cereal. They got you see shit like that they can eat. You're not gonna eat without. Listen, we ain't doing that over here.
Yeah, you don't want to eat it, that's fine. But
You got something else to
making
eat.
them eat it, I don't know.
But other than that, no. And I got them. Listen, I stopped my kids because it was a mom. I want to eat Chinese food. Mom, I want to do this. I want to, KFC. I want Taco Bell. Out. No, we're on a budget now. One's 18, one's about to be 16. The other one's about to be 8. And the 8-year-old hated it. She's like, I want to be 18 so I could do all the things that my big brother does. I'm like, he works. He gets his own money. She be so mad. But yeah, you do gotta budget things out because it's not like before, and I had to show them. Like, shit, before we used to be able to do this, and that. Like growing up, now I had to show them it's a little different. I've talked about it on my lives. I went through hell trying to get my kids adjusted to a budget. You know what it is to get them everything name brand, buying everything that they wanted whenever they want it, and then you see yourself in a pinch, and now you got to sit here, you got to budget everything. Like, they don't like that. It's called spoiled. And I'm a parent that, unfortunately, I got to admit to I spoiled my kids at one point in life, and I shouldn't.
Do you guys believe in giving children an allowance? Like,
I
just
do.
an allowance without them having to do anything?
No, they got to
They
work for
have
their
to
money.
earn it. They have to work for it. Okay. Yeah.
Where should the kids work for their money?
My son do.
See, I ain't the only one. People make me feel bad for that though.
I mean, that creates a habit, routine. I don't want to think. I don't want my son to think. He just go get shit. Get things in
Right.
life. Like you gotta
Yep.
earn it. And he'll go to the store, right, with the money he earned, and he always buy his little sister something. If he'll get him a juice or some chips, but he always make sure he get her something.
Yeah.
So I mean, and he done gave somebody $1 or $2 before at the store. They needed $1 or $2. He gave it to him. So I mean, no, I believe in that because he's understanding, or money is earned, not given.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question because I see a lot of this here in Philly with a lot of parents, right? What do you say to the parents to have preference between their kids?
They have who?
Well, I can never see the damn word right. Preference. There you go.
Preference.
What type of
Preference.
preference?
Yeah, preference.
They'll treat one child better than the other, no matter what the
Mm.
situation is.
Does it? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is the other one acting
I,
better?
It doesn't
I would,
matter what the situation is.
yeah, I would
I don't.
ask the parent what's wrong with them. I mean, is
Right.
that
When
your
they,
Yeah,
kid?
I wouldn't agree with that. Right.
because a lot of that happens. I mean, I used to see it when I was growing up a lot, right, with the grandparents and parents and stuff like that. But I feel as though it's something that I'm seeing a lot now, right? And I feel like I've had people like, oh, you can't treat your kids equally. What I mean when I say I treat them equally means, listen, when my kids do something bad, they all pay the consequences, especially if they can't give up. You see where I'm coming from? At the end of the day, they all have parts in it. I know my kids. See where I'm coming from? One will throw the rock, and all three of them will sit here and try to cover it up. So at the end of the day, like I know how my kids are. So there's no you getting away with it. Oh, I'm gonna give you this because no, like they'll get their they'll get what they earn. Like if they do they're good in school, homework, they do their chores, they get their allowance. But if they fuck up, they fuck up. See where I'm coming from? Like, there ain't no preference. All this, like, I've seen parents, right, where kids all fucked up, and that one child is still special. I've heard stories from these kids out here getting so fucked up in the corners, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what's up with you? Why are you bullying these kids? Why are you doing this? Why are you acting the way you acting? Oh, there's no point in talking to my parents. They always gonna prefer my brother more, or they gonna prefer my sister. Da 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 da. And you hear it vice versa. It's like a routine where parents, right, for some reason they have a favorite child and the other kids Feel it.
And see, like I said, you at that point you gotta, because you can't love your kids the same. Your kids gonna be different. So
Mm-hmm.
your kids gonna need different things. Like
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like growing up, my sisters always be like, my mom favored me, and I'm looking like, man, y'all the ones who got everything. Like I had to bust my butt and work for everything. I had to earn it, and even when I earned it, I had to earn it more. I had to work harder, and but my mom, she gave me everything I earned. But she put it in me to go get it, and that's what I did. But you know, I was always the one that was gonna be okay, no matter what. It's like my mom just knew no matter what, I was gonna be okay. So they got different attention.
Mm-hmm.
If my mom seen me crying, she'd say, what's wrong. But I didn't get pampered. I didn't get babied. I didn't get. I was just always okay. Even when I asked for help, I was okay. Like, nah, you'll be all right. Like, okay, I guess I will be. But I always was, and it built me into what I am. But she knew I can take that. I can, you know. So,
So what did your
uh,
sisters see that made them think that you were favored?
because I used to get whatever I want, but they didn't know how hard I had to work. Like I used to do their chores to be able to go outside. Chores had to get done. So I do all mine, and I still couldn't go outside until theirs was done. So I would do it, and I would tell my mom that they did it, and they would get allowance. And she found
Aww.
out one day I was doing it, and she was like, "Don't lie to me no more." And I didn't look at it as a lie because they helped me do it. I just did it more.
You did
I didn't
more.
just do it and they didn't do it. Like we have 3 rooms apiece to do. I do my 3 rooms, and then I go do 2 of their rooms while they clean it. Like they'd be cleaning their bedroom together. If they had the kitchen and the downstairs bathroom, I clean that before they was even. You know, so it'll be done, and I can go out and do what I wanted to do. And it's just I got more freedom. I got more leeway. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
they wasn't really
Mm.
worried about me. With the girls, they was on their head. Where you going? Who you with? With me, it wasn't none of that.
Mm.
Everybody knew. I was running around the street, but even then, my mom was like, be careful. And if I ever needed her, she always had my back. But um, I was allowed to do that. They wasn't allowed to do none of that. So. Um,
But see, was that because you're more responsible, or is that more like a
you know,
boy and girls thing?
I don't
It's
honestly. I would have to ask my mom. Honestly, I just it's just my whole family always been like Dorian gonna be okay no matter what. Even now, my family be worried about me, but if anybody can go through this shit and be okay, it's me.
because
So
you
they don't be stressed out. It's just people don't stress out about me. Even when bad shit happen, they call them like he got grade 3 lacerations on his lung. Oh, Dorian gonna be all right.
it's
Like,
probably
you know
Okay.
because
what grade 3 lacerations is? Like that's death, man.
they see you probably
Yeah.
responsible.
So
And you feel
open.
like,
Like what we talking about? But here's a question too, right? How much of the how much of the attention is viewed as a favoritism? How much, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
perception.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I
That's
think that plays a huge role because the perception is like your story you just told, right? So the kids is like, well, mom loves you, but you like that's because y'all see it that way, but y'all understand what I was doing. But I don't
mm,
know how y'all could feel I'm a favorite. I worked for this, you know what I mean? But they see the end results and and,
that,
and not the actual work that goes into it. So I think a lot of the time that because people perceive that you have a favorite, and it's not even that. It's just the way you you attend to those different children if you have the different children. So I think that plays a lot of a role into a situation as well.
that could be true in certain
Yeah.
situations too. But see,
and
like, Word just described his situation. That's the way I treat my kids. See where I'm coming from? But I explain to my kids, like when my daughter feels like I'm letting my son do more, because he's 18. I got one that's 15, but they both work for their money out there. You see where I'm coming from? They get their bread to get the things that I'm not gonna get them. You see? So she's like, oh, they got more freedom. They got more stuff than me. They work for their
Well,
stuff.
they're older too, no?
Yeah, they way older. So
They're
I have to
older,
sit
yeah.
here and I explain to her. I was like, look, they go out, they earn their money. She's like, but I want to earn some money. So I was like, listen, what you do is you do your chores. Would you believe she does her chores every week just so that she can get her money? And she expects her money every week so she can get her stuff. So that's her little allowance. I was like, I explained it to her. I don't want her to be thinking, oh, look, listen, I love your brothers more. Because there was a point in time when she was a little younger. Oh, you want my brother? No. She went to her dad and told her dad, she wants, she loves my brothers more. It's not that I love your brothers more. It's they're way older. I had to break this down to her maybe 3 to 4 times within the last 3 years to her. So
And they
it's like,
still might not understand it.
now she does. Because she's doing, now I don't even have to ask her to do her chores. She does her chores because she wants an allowance. You see where I'm coming from? So now she knows, okay, if I do this, I do that, I get money and I can get certain things that now she stopped from, you don't love me no more to, I want some freedom now, Mom. How do I work about that? I don't know, because you're still a
Nice.
young lady. I don't want you in the streets. You see, and I'll be talking to her about things. So it's kind of like, it's up to, like Gary said earlier, a lot of parents don't sit here and they don't explain. They don't talk to their kids. They don't have conversations with their kids. Why they do that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe we're, got a better perception on why certain parents do that. I don't know. You see where I'm coming from? But
Can I interrupt?
yeah.
755, what up, though? That's all.
I ain't get paid to do chores shit. But I pay my kids to do chores because I don't, I didn't want them out there doing dumb shit. It's only but a certain age you could, start out there working and getting money.
Yeah, it was it was like, a couple dollars a week to do the amount, allowance. We got paid more for getting good grades. I got paid for getting good grades up until I think I was like in 10th grade. Then my mama was like, man, you just doing what you supposed to do. She got tired of paying. Like, it's shit. My sister smart as hell. We all smart, bro. She was coming out with some bread. My mama was coming out with some bread, boy. $20 an A. Oh yeah, we about to eat.
Wait, there's somebody new in the chat. I don't know. YIQ Waba. How do you say that name?
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's straight. He a mod
Again?
over. Yeah, he's straight. I see him over in Rachel's. He
Hey,
not
what
in
up?
our chat. Yeah, he over there. But
He said
yeah,
y'all got paid to do chores. Y'all had it made.
yeah, you feel free to come over here and hit the like button too, bro. Make sure you hit that subscribe.
Yeah,
I don't know if he hit panels, but I'm looking for more people to hit panels and have these conversations because I think they do. And I think people can benefit and get clarity to a lot of different things because like even everything that y'all spoke upon is like what I was hitting on, like our experience as youth dictate our adult behaviors if it's good or bad. Duality exists in everything. Sometimes it shapes us to become a better version of ourselves, and sometimes it breaks us and we got to heal from it. So it can have, it's all, everything is always like, I don't do the blanket thing because I just think I said like this: you can have a formula to something, but you can't just put a blanket on everything, and that formula can be applied any different way. So like even these conversations, like I said, it can go good or bad. So what the formula will be is the awareness. It's just understanding. If you think about it, a lot of the things you do today is predicated upon your experiences as a kid. Like the morals and values, all that stuff is instilled in us as a kid, and we practice it. Now we may alter it as we get older because now we have new information. But ultimately, to even have a form or understanding of religion, that was given to you as a child. Belief was given to you as a child. Like you've been indoctrinated as a kid to believe because you know who you believed in first before you believed in God. And I don't care what nobody say. If your family practiced anything to do with Christmas, that's the first belief you develop. You begin believing in Santa Claus. And because when you go to church, you can't even comprehend that yet. And parents ain't really teaching their kids nothing at 3, 4 years old. But at 3, 4 years old, people know Santa
You know,
Claus. You go sit on the
you
laps
know.
and all that.
Yeah, chill, man. Listen, I got cursed out for questioning Santa Claus because I looked at my chimney and I always questioned how he was going to fit.
I ain't had a chimney.
I do.
This is how crazy it is, right? I never had it. When I was small, I didn't have a chimney, right? But the one thing that I did believe in was the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny,
You want to know why I
because
didn't
those are
believe in
those
the tooth fairy?
that why not? You caught somebody slipping you a couple bucks under your pillow.
Because
You was
at 4 years old, my mama took my tooth from under my pillow and tried to slip a 5 under there.
mm,
I didn't get no money for teeth.
I
I was
did.
taught all that stuff is fake. That's what I
She
was
had to
taught.
tell me the truth the next day. Listen, I wasn't taking that. I questioned her all day until she told me the truth. Don't sit here and tell me the truth. Don't tell me this lie. I was like Cat Williams. Don't put that lie on God.
You know
yeah,
what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I always thought Tinkerbell was the Tooth Fairy from Peter Pan. That's why I
Right?
believe in it too. I used to think I'm like, nah, I don't want them coming taking me to Captain Hook and none of that stuff. So anytime they put the tooth under the bed, I used to push it on the floor. Like I don't want
Used
Peter
to
Pan
push
coming
it.
taking me away. Yeah, I don't want that. Don't come by me. I ain't got no
Oh
teeth.
my gosh, that's hilarious.
I don't want your money.
I used to think Tinkerbell was Thumbelina on some real shit.
Man, no, all that stuff, man. And see, y'all
Who's
gotta think about this.
Thumbelina?
Oh my
You don't
God,
know
you
who
don't know?
Thumbelina is? Oh, I
Oh
know.
shit.
You young. You young, bro. You just told on yourself.
That's not
You,
wait, nothing, man, because I don't know who Thumbelina is.
oh,
What?
damn. No, y'all just
That shit go
weird.
back. It go
that's not
back.
Tinkerbell.
Oh, I
Uh-uh.
I'm
mean,
not a Disney. I was never a Disney person.
Thumbelina
I
and
ain't gonna lie
Tinkerbell
to
the
you.
same type of peoples though.
Only reason why I know about Tinkerbell is because the show. She comes out and with the
Thumbelina
wand
was
and
the first fairy princess before Tinkerbell.
The first
see, I
fairy
don't know
prince. I
none
don't
of that.
even know Tinkerbell. I just know Tinkerbell because of the Disney story, like the little Tinkerbell, the
Yeah,
Right,
little
you
that's
know
what I'm
what?
ring.
saying. I only know like Captain Hook. Like I learned all that stuff later. Captain Hook, Peter Pan is bad. I learned all that later. I did like I had to really like sit down and watch it. Like DuckTales and all that. Like that was like
That tells
15,
my my
16,
shit.
17, 18, 20. Like I was watching cartoons to find an understanding of,
If
of,
she was
of, of
watching on one,
certain
you don't
things.
know who Thumbelina is though.
Darkwing Duck. When there's
Yeah,
trouble, you
Darkwing
call
Duck, Gizmo
DW.
Duck,
Darkwing
yeah,
Duck. Let's
That's my
get
shit.
Chippendale,
dangerous.
all of like it was lessons in there that I always caught.
Rescue Ranger, chipping down. Yeah, that was the shit, man.
My favorite. He was the best.
Yeah, that was
Like
the.
they was teaching things and all that time nobody was really even grasping it, right? Like,
Nobody was
at
picking
the
it
end
up.
of G.I. Joe, like at the end of G.I. Joe, what they always say at the end of G.I. Joe, learn is half the battle. I use
We
that
a
today.
cartoon. We a
Like I use
cartoons.
that like right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy. Like, but that's one of those. That's the learned habit that 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 was spoken about earlier, right? Because you know, even even back then they trying to teach you stuff, right? They teach you that you got to come together to become that one person, whether it's Voltron, Captain Planet, Transformers, whatever. It's teaching you how to like, but you not even understand that. They look. You just see a fight. Look, they all coming together. It's time to fight. But instead, as you get older, like, wait, that's a fight within, or whatever the case may be. But the habit was you got to understand why they're doing it. Like, why are they doing that? Why is the five lions becoming one big giant person, right? Why does He-Man got to change and become strong and all of it? Like all of these crazy questions that you asking yourself, but you find out like 10, 15 years after the fact why it's being done. But those are the learned habits that we had to break, even as we become young adults, teenagers. We had to find, like, we figuring things out. We're asking questions, but we're figuring it out, like, through our own research and own understandings. But a lot of kids ain't even doing that today.
It's like, listen, right? My mom gave me this Bible when I was little. You probably heard of it, right? It's like this little white Bible, right, with little chapters telling you the stories of the Bible, right? Well, I'm reading this little Bible, and one day I come to her and I ask her, I said, Mom, if it's okay for Daniel to go inside a lion's den and nothing happened to him, is it okay if I go to the zoo and go inside a lion's den to see what happens to me?
Oh, wow.
And see if I survive? She went, and I got punished. Until this day, I still don't know why.
You couldn't read the Bible after that. Hey,
No, you
Waba,
can't read
I
Waba,
just wanted to know, right? Because in reality, my question was to her, right? I said, if God was good, right? If God was good, why would He, leave Daniel inside a den for so many days and not rescue him? And she took that really in offense, though, on some real shit. Like, I just want to know why. Like, why people got so offensive back then? Us kids asking them questions. They were nothing but logical questions. It makes no sense. This man was in the den with lions. Did he really survive?
aw, 755, you just found the emojis. How do you say his name? Waba. He's a kind soul. He pretended to believe in that stuff back then so he could make his parents happy. And then
I believed in Santa Claus to keep getting gifts until I was 15.
No.
I'm like, oh, you gonna lie to me? I got you. I'm gonna keep getting extra gifts. Yep, I got you. Yep, I believe in it. Yep, long as you keep giving me extra gifts from Santa.
I knew
Yep,
that
I
15
believe
was
in
to
it.
get no more gifts. Listen, when I was like 9, 10 years old, when I saw my damn cousin not get no more gifts for Christmas. You too grown.
I was
You too
5.
grown. Birthday too. You too grown. I'm like,
I didn't
why?
have good birthdays or Christmas.
I hated birthdays.
I had one birthday party, that's it.
Listen, the birthday parties over here in the hood ain't like, listen, over here everybody be getting drunk. They be partying from one day to the next. It's like, is it a kids party or is it the adults party? To this day, I asked that question. Can't nobody ever answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I think I've been the only one, me, my friends, and a few people I've seen in the hood just have really, when it's a kids party, it starts at 3 and it ends at 7. Like, what the fuck? To this day, I'm telling you. And you hate parties? Yeah. All they do is get drunk. What about the kids?
Right?
Man, I always, when I was little, I can't remember a birthday I didn't have up until probably my like 17th, 18th birthday. I think I had an 18th birthday. I can't remember, but they always had birthday parties, man. They always, I don't know, my family would celebrate, man. We celebrate life, just it was just getting family together. It wasn't really too many friends. Like when I was in Pennsylvania, it was like the fucking community. That shit was like birthday parties was like a fair.
That's how it is, though.
That's
Sometimes
just how, cause you're in a small town, everybody know you, so everybody there.
over here. I'm in the
You
city.
partying
Well,
for
Coach,
like
you
6
getting a
hours.
birthday party this year? I know your birthday. We do. Look, I already
I
got
got
it planned. I
they
ain't tell
threw me
nobody nothing.
they threw me a surprise birthday party. I was so mad and happy at the same time. But my mom threw me a surprise birthday for my 40th. I did not expect that, honestly. I had family come from Pennsylvania. I'm like, damn, man, y'all trying to make a brother cry. Like,
Aww.
yeah, like my aunties and my cousins came up. I was like, on my mom and dad's side, my sister came up. That's my baby.
Yeah, they still have
Cause
parties
I
like
got, I got 2 sisters on my dad's side. I love them both dearly, but I just got my first sister on my dad's side. Well, my sister Shaniqua on my dad's side, that's like my twin. And the doctor sister on my mom's side, that's my twin. Those two are my twins. They got like my identical personality and everything. But
Yeah, we got you
yeah, they're
this
my
year though,
baby.
but don't worry about it. We doing a live right here. I'm tagging you too. I'ma do it. I don't care who there. I'm tagging you.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
birthday to both of y'all. You and the
Both
word.
of y'all. Oh,
Yeah, Coach D. Coach D, Commander. You know, he be doing
Oh
that.
yeah, he got two personalities like a schizo. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Him and his
Oh,
alter
you ain't
ego.
never seen that movie, The Beast? I got more than two.
he's the same
Yeah.
Oh,
We,
yeah.
one.
we,
Same one.
we know that, but we only been introduced to two. Well,
I got 81
they
personalities.
God damn. Yo, the Beast, that movie was that shit though. Like he mentioned it when he said I got 81. When he said that, I was like, oh wait, you just threw me to a part of that movie. I'm sorry, I'm a horror fan.
we gonna break that habit. We gonna celebrate people around here. Right? We ain't gonna wait for them to be ill. We ain't gonna wait for them to none of that. We're gonna celebrate them for their birthday and whatever good attributes they doing. That's what we gonna do over here.
All right, Gary.
That's what's up, bro. I appreciate that. I
Be like that,
appreciate
man.
that, bro.
You just better be glad we can't find your birthday, because if I find it, I'm shouting it out. I'm
Commander
gonna say,
goes,
"What up,
Nah,
though?" And then
I
I'm gonna
don't
say,
want that
"Happy birthday,
attention.
Commander." Hashtag let's delineate.
It's my birthday every day.
what's your sign, Commander?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, I kind of. Oh, wait.
Well, you kind of guessed it.
Okay, that's soon. That's soon.
That's all
I
you
know when
get.
that is. And
What's your
she in
life path
March.
number?
No, that's all you get. You already know my
What's your
life
life?
I,
number.
You a
That's all
9,
you
ain't
get.
you?
Yeah, I'm a 9.
I know your birthday.
See, Word knows my birthday.
Huh? I bet you I
I
know your
said, see,
birthday.
Word knows my birthday. I
I
bet you
bet you.
do. No, I bet you do.
I had some numbers in my head, and it's only 7 of them. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to guess 7 different times because it's a different year, with the day and the month. But
Hmm.
it still all add to 9. But if I get 7 or 8 guesses, I bet you I know. But from the way
Hmm.
you sound, I can kind of predict what year you were born
Yeah.
in.
By
Yeah.
the way, this is one of Word's personalities. He's the psych for today.
He
But
Yeah.
knows
you
all
know what?
things.
I'll never tell.
I never
All right,
tell.
755. I gotta get with you to get an eye patch. I need some stuff because my office is almost done. I'm about to be coming on camera. I need that 9% eye patch. I need I need I really want to start doing merchandise. I already got so I
Oh,
don't want nobody to steal my ideas. So I got my certain sayings, right? So I'll show you the how I printed it or how I made it. But
you was
one of
able to
my new
see?
sayings is gonna be like ignorant is bliss until it's time to pay for it. You know, how people say ignorant is bliss, and it is. You can be dumb to stuff, but eventually, you're gonna have to pay for it. And when it's time to pay, then you realize uh, how much your ignorance costs. So that's the meaning behind the saying. But ignorant is bliss until it's time to pay for it. That's gonna be on one of my shirts. Have y'all ever heard that? Did I
No.
steal that from somebody unconsciously? Because
No.
sometimes that happens.
Sometimes we
I'm
do
just
that.
being,
We think
sometimes
we
you say
invented
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
The best thing I would
And
say,
you're like, oh shit, they already did that. I'm just being real. Big
you know,
Mix,
they
what up,
still
though?
claim it.
Hey, Big
you
Mix.
go to that web. I forgot what the website is called. I know I'll be going into it. That's how I trade my damn logos. Like when I make up something,
Hmm.
it's a website. I'm not looking for that
Yeah,
shit
it's like
now.
a trademark
But
website.
yeah, you could trademark the whatever saying you come up with, and it's yours. Can't nobody use it or nothing. You can find out too if somebody used it with the website. It'll tell you.
755 is printing an art calendar. Anybody want to participate? Come to a community tab and tell her what day you want to be celebrated.
Aw. 755, you gotta help him get an eye patch so he doesn't have to make his own. So he doesn't have to get a white marker. How do you envision it?
Like I love this 9 right here. This is like my
black and
favorite.
white, black and gray.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. It can be
Oh yeah. You from Western Pennsylvania? I forgot. My bad.
outside of Pittsburgh. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
That's Western Pennsylvania.
That's what, like all my old like my town. The town colors are black, red, and white. Then up the street is Pittsburgh, and then it's black and yellow. So those are like my 4 favorite colors: black, red, white, yellow. Well,
Yeah,
gold.
those are good colors. Gold. Those are my colors.
Those are my 4 favorite colors. So like in that order: black, red. Then I like white. Then gold. If you look at most of my clothes, bro, that's all I got some blue and stuff now, but when I was younger, that's all I wore, man. I only wore those colors, bro. I wear blue jeans. I hated blue shirt. People used to buy me stuff. I used to wear it to be nice, but I probably wear it 1 or 2 times and I'm straight. Oh yeah, Big Mix. Appreciate that cash app. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I did receive that before the show. Appreciate you.
Let's make this money. Money.
Oh, definitely email me. You know, I'm a yeah, I definitely pay you. You know, I enjoy supporting people. You know, especially when they support me, and I believe I want to set an example. Like I would rather go to people in my chat for services that they can provide than go on a website or anywhere. That's my preference. I would prefer to put money in my supporter, the people who come and rock out. If they have a service that, you know, I would rather put money in their pocket, you know, and vice versa, you know. Shit, you know, if they feel like they can benefit from my services, they put money in my pocket. You know, people contact automated many people, intros, you know, graphics or whatever they needed, you know, they paid me for. Then, you know, I got people who hit me up, you know, for the life coaching. They paid me for. And, you know, if I need their services, I go to them. That's how you build a network and community. That's my ideal and goal. Like we all, like I said, if I need some merchandise, if I just want my own personal stuff, I'd rather go to them and let them make it. And then, you know, put the money in their pocket versus going, you know, to some conglomerate, somebody who's making hundreds and thousands of dollars. No, I'd rather put money in the people's pocket.
That's how 755 is too. Because one time
Yeah,
I gave her a
yeah,
suggestion. She said, "No, I want to like somebody, my people. I want to get my people business."
she always do that. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I rock out with her. Like I'm like you put yourself around the people who doing what you want to do. You know, 755 set an example on how to do a lot of different things. You just gotta be paying attention. She be networking, putting, you know, doing collaborations with other people. You know, even with her music. Look at her music. You know, she collaborating with all these different, you know, YouTubers who have different, you know, goods or services. So that's like she using her skill to market their skill. So I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? That you put yourself around the people who doing what you want to do. I'm sitting back learning. I'm a student just as well as I'm a teacher. So shout out to
Writers.
755.
Shout out to
Writers
755.
writers do print too.
I was gonna tell Writer see if she can find that website because they want it in the chat. I think the trademark website.
You can go US.trademark too. I mean,
Yeah,
we
you can
like
really
if
go straight
you
for it and
this
you can look
is
for marks. to give the
See,
website and upload to 3 different.
but see, this is I don't want to tell y'all the sauce, but since y'all my people, and I'm gonna put this on members only anyway. After the, but since y'all my people, I'm gonna tell y'all the sauce, right? Um, well, no, I can't because we on Riders channel too, so I can't tell y'all the sauce.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I
What up,
can't tell
Riders
you.
people? Riders
I
for
just
life.
thought about that. But you know what? She started it after that part, so I can't tell y'all the next part. But I'll tell y'all the sauce later. But I say it like this: once you create a brand and you brand through trademarking, but once you create that, certain things fall under that brand, and you don't have to continuously trademark things as long as it is attached to the brand. I can tell you that. I was gonna tell you how to do it, but I can tell you that.
Hit him up privately, maybe he can tell
Yeah,
you. He's
but
on
see,
IG.
So
in the trade slogan, like, for
it,
example, I created the hashtag. Let's put all predators away. Hashtag put all predators away and hashtag rebuilding caskets.
Hit them up
That's how
regardless.
you want to trade and make sure that nobody takes it.
Hit them up
Certain
regardless.
things.
Shout out to Coach D, right? Like I said, we spoke about many of his attributes, right? Whether it's professional or anything that he does, he does with warmness, compassion, empathy. That's what he's trying to build, right?
Mm-hmm.
As much as he's shouting out everybody, somebody got to shout him out. So I'll just go ahead and do it. Shout out to Coach D, his alter ego, the word. Y'all hit him up and see how he can help you get through this thing. That's why he got that mantra in the left hand, well, the right hand corner. A better you is a better us. He lives that mantra, and until y'all prove him wrong, y'all got to take him at his word. So shout out to him.
Shout out to
Oh,
the word.
I'm gonna make another poem for word called "Another You, Another Us."
sauce me up
We're
in
gonna
my
call him
email. Yeah.
Saucy.
So well, I'm gonna give y'all a little more. So even off of what you just said, right? You want to make sure that you trademark the hashtag. But when you trademark something, it's levels of trademarks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of those levels is a branding trademark. So
Mm-hmm.
that trademark can have possession and ownership of things. You understand what I'm saying? The trademark itself
Yeah,
has
Yeah, like
possession.
you can put it on anything, any
like my
which
R
way.
for L. I branded that. It's mine.
So once that trademark, now listen to what I'm saying. Once that trademark is stamped with a subject, that subject becomes branded with the trademark. That's a branding trademark. You understand what I'm saying?
And then I was smart to top it off. That's the name of my LLC.
And even now, think about this. Even if you have to go to trademark, and what do they always ask? How long has a person been using something? When did the person first start using something? Did the person get compensated from using? So all these questions are equivalent. Man, my uncle, I tell you, my daddy brother a lawyer. So you ever see stuff that say CC next to it?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
It's
You
like
know
a
what CC
license, like a
stands for?
copyright license.
Yeah, but how do you get things CC?
Tell us the sauce word.
That no, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to pay for that one. Man, it's just
755 said
always
sauce her up.
yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's different ways that you can um different ways that you can uh have ownership of them. It's different levels because even just because you got some trademark here, don't mean it's trade. You got to trademark in other countries. When your things start going global, that's why they're able to make fake things in other countries and get away with it
Mm-hmm. They steal
because
stuff
it's,
all
it's
the
not
time.
trademarked over there. Yeah, it's not trademarked over there. So it's levels to this trademarking, but it's It's not even about trademark, it's more about ownership. And we think because we trademark it, you can trademark it on two levels, right? And forget to trademark it on one level, and somebody can go right behind you and trademark it there.
There's this girl that made some music on here, and then she gave it out for free, and then they stole it from her. And then when she was playing it on her YouTube, they hit her with the copyright
Mhm.
strike. She's like, what? But hey, she gave it out for free.
Yeah. It was people doing KB like that. They made, man, look, when you make music on here, when you make beats, you better make sure you copyright it. I'm telling you, because if you don't, somebody can go right behind you, reproduce the same thing you did identically, and copyright it. They was doing that on here for a while, bro. Like when they be beefing on here, I'd be like, man, y'all too much, bro. I'm straight. I'm good. I don't need to. I'm not even indulging in that. They be hitting some low blows, bro. Like I said, it was a tactic where people come on here, say crazy stuff on your panel, leave off, and then they flag your channel for what they said on there. So you have to watch the vernacular or what people actually say on your panel because you don't know if they being intentional with it. You know, they using the F word, they using J words. Like, hold on, bro. Is you intentional? And then you go report it. And now I got striked or flagged or my channel took it down for something you came up and said. Like, no, I'm straight. That's why you build a decorum. You create standard. We respectful over here. We ain't popping off at the gums about things that we can't prove. How about that?
About
People gotta
that.
get on that distro kid with that music. So they're gonna get straight. Don't put new music on this John. Go to distro kid. Copyright that John, trademark that John, then post that John.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be so
you
hard anyway. You're supposed to copyright that, right? It's you know, it's just like even with your poem, you got to be careful, right? If you don't copyright it,
yeah.
you come up here and do that, bing! Like,
See,
oh
with my
man,
poems, they would have to deal with my book. So they screwed on that one because before I posted each one, I made sure they're in the books. I still gotta publish the second one. But see, the poems to that book is not. I mean, the poems on that book is not out yet. So I got more poems coming. So whoever tries to steal my poems, they're gonna have to deal with a lawyer because it's already copyrighted through the book.
Just
I'm
put in your
entitled.
first thing you gotta do is put in your description. Yeah. Like
Yeah, I already got my
even
Amazon job on there. I
even like
self-published.
these conversations, a lot of the philosophy I spit is my own intellectual property. It's
Mm-hmm.
is based upon how I experience life, and even when I use different, um, like say if I use something out of spirituality, I always reference it and cite where I got it from. Oftentimes I show it, So it's my intellectual properties of how I interpret not only my life but different philosophies within life, you know. So that's technically my intellectual property. So you have to protect that because somebody can come behind and steal. But I think the way I articulate myself, it'll be very hard for people. Like even like I hear, what I often hear in spaces where people give advice. I often hear people telling people what to do and not how to do it. This is what you need to do. And I used to think that's just to get them to come to them. But then when you start listening to like a lot of these self help gurus, even they don't give you nothing practical. They give you stuff to inspire for stuff, and some people, are actually able to accomplish what they, So you see results because that's just we'll say law of average. Some people will succeed, some people won't. Some people like the adversity, some people can't. But the whole point I'm making is it's not a lot of the stuff they say they don't make it practical. So that's how they keep you coming back for more, though.
Yeah.
That's how they keep you coming back for more.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in hitting and quitting. Get the person right and go. You know, send
You know
somebody
why
else.
I came back?
Why?
Flat Earth, round Earth. I thought we were gonna talk about that today. See,
we
he played
we
it.
gonna talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. What's
See,
tomorrow?
tomorrow, and then tomorrow he's gonna say tomorrow. That'll just keep you coming back, guys.
What
No,
we
I
gonna be
had to get
talking
this
about?
off my chest because I really felt that.
I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
we was breaking down the Godfrey and Lord Jamar flat Earth situation.
That must have been a lot for me today.
Yeah, but we wasn't really watching it for the flat Earth conversation. We were watching it for the behavior, um, because it's a situation that occurred. So we was watching what happened, and then we go back and listen. Like today, we gonna go back and listen to everybody's perspective on what happened, and then from viewing what actually happened, and then listen how they interpret it, we could understand a person's mindset, the mental framework, or how they perceive things. So yeah, we just go reverse engineer some stuff and check it out. I'm getting commander geeky like me, so I found a buddy I can study behavior with. So
Reverse
we're gonna be,
engineer it.
yeah, we're gonna be on our Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson type stuff tomorrow.
That's how we be all the time over there. Commander be funny as shit though. You cannot dive down the rabbit hole with Commander and not geek. I can't.
But you know what, Commander? The reason I enjoy talking to like her, Tay, and Gary is because they all, in their own different way, provide thought provoking questions. You know, I like the way, like Commander often, the way she questions things, often questions morality. So that's why I enjoy Commander's questions and input, because I don't know if she noticed that or not, but the way she, conceive things is more in the moral aspect. Um, and you can see the empathy and compassion that she gives, even when she feels like something is wrong or judging, unless it's like something crazy. So that's unique. Like Gary is more like when he break things down. Gary is more or less looking for the root of something. Like, why is it even occurring? That's why I appreciate Gary's the way he break it down. He's looking more or less for why it occurs. And when Tay asks stuff, she's looking for a solution within the present, like within a situation. She wants to know what can we do about it now. The way she articulate her question. So it's unique having all three of them bounce things off of me. So that's why I appreciate them so much.
Oh, thank you, Word.
Oh, for sure, man. Thank y'all, man.
Now everybody getting tired. They're like, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. We about to shut. Well, I'm about to shut down.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm about to shut it down, bro. I'm about to shut it down. But we will, yeah, because I ain't get to use my thumbnail yet, Commander. So we'll do that show tomorrow. I made a whole thumbnail for it. Did y'all see the new? Look, I'm still working on it. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. I don't know if y'all seen it. I didn't add none of my usual to it, but you ready? You ready?
We ready. We ready.
Trapaholics Mixtapes. Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
That was hard getting those into 3-second intervals, but they cut faster than 3 seconds.
I couldn't read them all.
Shout out
I
to
like that.
I know that's the whole point. I don't want you to read them all. I wanted to flash in your head.
You
After you
made
watch
that
it so many times, it'll make sense. You'll get the clear picture. That's why I'm trying to put in a 3-second interval.
That's
You
the
made that
intro?
beat?
I'm working on it. That's just like a rough draft. I still got to add a lot more to it. I got to
Wait, is that
put.
the intro or the outro?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
I like it as an intro though. I want it as an intro.
It
But
looks more like an
when
intro.
you gonna make that a commercial.
I got two commercials. So yeah, I'm making a commercial for the members. So make sure y'all got your membership. The commercial is just $1.99. It's not weekly, it's not bi-weekly, it's monthly. $1.99. Great way to support the content creator. Keep the lights on in the house. Appreciate y'all.
I need that.
But yeah, I'm about to make a commercial for the members. And then I just need, I just want, clarification, because I know I put like 9 affiliate, and I just want to make sure everybody name in there cool. So, I got 755 in there, Rachel, I got you. I'm gonna put bronze in there. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, but I do got another commercial that I totally forgot about. Do y'all remember this one? I totally forgot about this one. Where is it at?
Here we go.
Commander's in the building. What up, Nine?
What up, Nine? What up, chat?
Now go ahead and do that impersonation again. Go ahead. Hold on. Before you do that.
Chat, where you at? Chat, save me, chat.
No, hold on. Let me make sure your mic is all the way. Go ahead and give them a what up though, and tell them what else did you tell them?
What up
I'm
though?
flipping that shit.
What up though? Let me get into the chat. Let me see here. Let me get into the chat. Didi, what's up, Didi? Didi.
Didi. Oh.
You sure you have questions? I got answers. Let's delineate. I'm trying to teach you right, cause they taught you left. What up, Nine? The manly voice, did it work?
Yeah, it did. I was like, wait a minute.
What up, Nine?
You almost sound like Word. I'm like, wait. Almost sound like Word. I'm like, wait. Somebody trying to prank me.
Get ready for a show.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up?
Nah, it ain't nothing.
Care about how you feel?
Yo, it's
Feel
the
about how you
word.
care? No, I'm just kidding.
It's the word. Before we start, let me get into the
chat.
Let me get into the chat.
Let me get into the chat.
Let me stop, because I know what he trying to do. He gonna clip Mr. 33, and he gonna clip Mr. 33, and he gonna clip Mr. 33, and now I'm gonna be in promo. He think he's so slick.
Yeah, do it again.
What's that? What up, though? Oh, y'all talking in the... Oh, nah, you try to set me up. Oh, I forgot you. I forgot you, HR. My bad.
He said he definitely does not sound like that. That's how you sound to us.
What up, though?
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
My bad. My bad.
I knew it was coming like it's coming. Here it comes. I knew it.
Gotcha.
That wasn't even the worst one.
Shit.
Rachel,
Wait,
I
what?
think you was in. Rachel was. Hold on, bro.
You see, that's one thing I told myself, right? See, if I got a son, right, and he's at a certain age where he wanna be in the street, you see, I have no choice but to be there with him. Choice, but to be there with him.
Oh, that sounds dumb. Who created that?
You see, that's the difference between me and a lot of people. You see, certain people, certain parents, they will say, okay, he don't want to listen, he's on his own. You see, me, he don't want to listen. You see, now I gotta be here with him.
That's a parent giving up.
Yes, but me, I won't give up. Now I gotta be here with him in the street. Now,
What the hell is even that?
I gotta make sure I protect him. So he's after, I revealed to him, so I showed him so many times that he should listen. He's going to listen. It's not the fact that I should beat him down. I should try to do whatever the case may be that's going to make him listen. Because that didn't do that to me. For me.
Yo,
What the hell is even that?
that was the Fairly Odd Parents episode.
Oh man. Yeah.
Everybody was Timmy that day.
Bro, I'm like, oh, this is getting clipped. I'm like, I don't know what is going on. What is going on?
That was the day you couldn't let the kids talk.
Going out
Basically.
there. Going with them. Like, wait, what?
Gary's mind was blown. Gary was like short circuiting.
Oh, wait, what?
What did you say?
Gotta be in the streets.
He said, I'm gonna go over there, stand in the corner with my son and be like, Johnny up.
Shout out to Naga.
Yeah, shout out to Naga, man. Look, everybody got their own experience in life. I'm gonna just make clips out of it. No judgment.
I hope I don't know.
Like, that shit wild, bro. There's no judgment. I'm just making funny out of it.
I hope I don't mess up or make a fool of myself because we're gonna get that.
Raptures, clipping stuff, all the way to Raptures. That got slick.
Man, if I ever get bored, I got so many clips, bro. I can put so many different things together, bro.
Oh, shit.
I'd be hearing people like, did they really say that, bro? Okay.
You gotta clip Gary. Because there's certain things that people say, and I've caught on to Gary's. He says things of that nature. Say it, Gary. And things of that nature.
Yeah, and things of that nature.
He already got me, but there you go. He already got that one.
Gary got like 5 phrases that he.
And Racheal says, what does Racheal say? You feel me? You see? You see? You feel me?
Hey man, y'all don't know. That's one of Racheal. She be like, man, y'all just don't know. I
don't know about John.
We got Philly out of Gary today.
She's like, look, man, look, man, look.
That Philly, baby, with the John. Okay.
My baby's pops. What is it? My baby pops.
My baby pops. It's a Philly thing. It's a Philly thing. My bad.
You heard?
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just,
you heard me.
People just being observant of different things about you.
I just know that on my channel we build caskets up in that, John.
But yeah, I think that's one of the beauties of this. That's the beauty of this whole concept, right? You don't have to be in that particular city area. You could just feel the authenticity from the people that live there. Like that's the dope part about this thing. That's why, I don't know, get tired of this. Sometimes I can't see myself getting away from this because it's just so unique and it's so much. Well, not togetherness. It's just so much you can grasp from people all over the country, all over the world,
and things of that nature. Yeah.
No, it's literally what you know. the just like in real life, bro. Your experience on the internet will be one that you create. You know, I mean, you can create. People don't understand they have the power. Um, look at what we doing. You get a few of the right people over here. We have fun. We enjoy it, and guess what? We want to come back the next day. You know, because it's actually beneficial. People learn something. We learn from one another. We grow. You know, there's positive things you can do with that. Who don't want to be in an environment like that? But you know, you have the duality. There's some people who want to just come on here and release. You know, so they thrive in those different type of environments. So you know, this is
Release the
what you
beast.
make it, right?
Release the beast.
This experience is what you make it, just like in real life, man. It's what you pay your attention to.
That's why I don't understand how people be like, what's that other expression? This life and in real life. It's all the same.
Yeah, man, that should be weird, bro.
Nah, this is just YouTube.
Nah,
Nah,
like you, but what makes things real? Like,
It's
what
just
makes it
YouTube.
real? You focus your attention on. Look, people make fiction real. People can make fiction real. Is what you focus your attention on becomes reality. No matter if it's accepted by anyone else, it'd be reality to people. People really think they, you know, be talking to dogs and be marrying ghosts and shit. You know. So I mean,
make words so
whatever you
midgets.
fixate your attention to becomes your reality. That's simply what it is. So you come on this internet, you feeding it attention. No matter where that attention is going, that becomes your reality. That is real. That's where the word reality stems from. You know.
Yep. Word no midgets. That's reality. He gonna find him a league and he gonna enter. That's what he do.
I'm throwing
He is
When
a
midgets. I'm
reality.
throwing midgets. I won't stop.
when
I'm
his patch
throwing
from
midgets. I'm throwing
755,
midgets.
he gonna have that patch talk about champion midget or the word.
We got Prez. He's the throw man. Oh wait, is he the throw man? Yeah, I think that's what he called himself. He's the throw man, the midget throw man.
Him, Prez, and BDB. BDB said he gonna broadcast that. He gonna be the host.
BDB has his own sayings too. Can't remember them right now.
It's just a
I'll
lot.
catch on to him.
Gotta go to the battle on the beach. Oh, gotta be quiet. He get ready to plot on Santina now too. When he going live? I'm Kidda.
Yeah, we still haven't clipped her burp. She said more room.
He said, "Oh, excuse me."
Excuse me.
She going live tomorrow.
Restroom
And you're
man.
wrong. I clipped Santina burps 3 different times. I just ain't used them yet. I got 3 different burps.
A remix, a burp remix.
I got 3 different burps. So
Oh shit.
That's what I tell you.
and I could have. I actually got 5, but I'm only using 3. Some other 2 for like later dates.
What? They all sound different?
Yeah, they got different pitches, different lengths, different echoes.
Oh,
She like a burp maestro.
Oh my
snap.
gosh.
She can burp at alto, soprano, or bass.
She be like, "Excuse me, fam."
So Titty gonna kick my A.
I know.
You gotta get Tay too. Tay does something too.
I got
She
some.
does like
I
a.
want that. Damn, no, it's a clip. I can't find it no more. Tay was like, "I'm the motherfucking boss." That shit was funny as hell. I can't find. I know it's in my phone somewhere. That shit was fun. She was like, I'm the motherfucking boss.
I think she does like a lip popping or a tongue popping. She does something. But she doesn't do it all the time, though. You gotta catch her.
She gonna get word anyway. Word gonna get demoted again. You gonna be in the doghouse under the
Nah, Tay
9%
sleeps.
building. She
Bro,
may
I
be
done turned the doghouse to a mansion. My house bigger than theirs now. What is you talking?
Mm-hmm. She gonna make you build an underground bunker. Keep messing with her. You gonna be under the mansion. Till you sleep, but she catch those replays. I heard you. Uh-oh.
Big Mick said, do y'all like my music for real? Which
Who said
music?
that?
The one where you're singing? Or
Gary
like,
gonna have somebody turning into Griselda Blanco in a minute. Who y'all talking about? This whole time I'm lost.
we were talking about Tay and Santina Love. Mukbang Santina.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know what Santina is. That's why I'm lost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she does mukbang.
I was lost the whole time. I know who Tay is. I was like, who?
she gonna say grace tomorrow. Amen.
Okay, eat y'all. We gotta come up
Get
with
my
another
butt
one now.
up. Stop, word. Stop, Coach D. You think you slick. Don't do that.
Now that she's the popo.
What I do?
You plotting.
Did you
What I
miss
do?
that, Gary? You missed the
I ain't
popo
did
session.
I heard
Oh
the
yeah, Gary
popo.
missed
I
that.
heard the popo announcement. No, I caught it.
Okay.
I caught it. I be on the replays. If I fall asleep, I catch a replay about 6 in the morning.
Yeah, we still have more questions for her.
And then after that, I catch Rachel about 7:15 on double speed.
Me?
Oh, double speaks?
He
Yeah,
talking
he
about
was
the
on
past.
today.
I love watching the past, so he be funny as shit.
He was like testing.
Glory be to God.
I don't know if he's on OBS. I don't know what he's on, but he was testing it.
What's up?
We're still waiting for OBS with
I
the
don't like
words.
OBS like that.
It's difficult.
I don't know. I be trying to tell Coach D he got going a free aspect. He need that. He need three free apps.
Mm-hmm.
That'll drop that down.
I like OBS. I just gotta play with it some more and configure it.
Yeah, it just takes a little longer to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm going on the other app soon. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm on it.
The EV.
Mux.
Yeah.
I'll be on there sometime this week, probably tomorrow.
All right, guys, I'm dropping down. Good night, Nine. Good night, chat.
Good night,
What up,
Chat,
Nine?
where you at?
Appreciate you.
Chat, where you at?
Chat, where you at? You asleep? Chat sleep.
The chat probably is asleep. My ass is in the weird shit. I'm trying to figure
Dee Dee's
out.
wide
Look,
awake.
I'm going to do
Dee Dee's
everything
a
I'm going to do in
champ.
the morning.
Big Mix is awake. Where's Young Riaz?
Young Ray
With
is
his
probably
4
asleep.
wives. He's dreaming
He
of his
They
come.
be
4
woken up.
wives.
He's searching
They be
for
He
woken
wives
up.
on YouTube.
He get ready to wake up. It's about 8 o'clock over there. He about to wake
In
up.
about 5 more minutes, he'll be up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys.
Commander
About to
just
get out of
dropped.
here.
Commander just went and crossed the border.
Oh, she.
But Big Mix, yeah,
Yep.
Big Mix, your music good. I just can't play it because I got hit with like 3 copyright strikes that night we played some music.
I remember that. You know where we showcasing.
Yeah, I got hit with like 3 copyright strikes. Like,
If it's he owns it,
Georgia,
if he owns it, he can give you permission.
he did renditions,
Huh?
like playing other people's
Yeah,
music and singing over.
Oh, it's not his.
that's what we gotta do.
YouTube
We
play
gotta
that shit.
convert 2-3 apps, so that way he ain't gotta spend too much.
He said who gonna watch I Am Legend too.
I won't be surprised if he make his own app. It's gonna be called What Up Though.
Oh shit. Who work?
Yep, he gonna make his own app.
I gotta email his ass because my son said he gonna do the little mentor program thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the next one up in the next 2 weeks.
My ass. Listen, me and my emails. We're not the best of friends. I be forgetting about her, and she be getting mad at me. Ever since I got a phone in my head, in my hand. It's in my head. You hear that? Yeah, that John is in my head. Shit, all the appointments and everything. I gotta do. I forgot about the emails. I be using it. I need that John too, but I be forgetting about that John. And when I look at my phone, you can see all the missed emails. You know, what's the point of having you? Oh, because my kids own my phone. I swear to God, I pay for a phone bill to have a phone that's not. I don't even use the John like that. I don't.
Must be nice.
Listen, when I was working, I was on my phone and I checked my emails. Since I stopped working, I don't pay attention to my email. I'm gonna be very honest. It's like I forgot. Stop working, I barely be on my phone too.
Let me get down from here. Chat, I'm out. Coach D,
See you.
always a pleasure.
All right, bro.
I'm up in
Always
here.
a pleasure.
Same to you. Same to you.
Appreciate you,
next
bro.
time.
Appreciate you.
I'll see you where you can end your
All
life.
right, so appreciate you.
You sound like you're sleepy. See, that's what you get. You got a little Amazonian baby and a little hawk with you. It's your twin. Next time.
I'm sitting up here. I'm actually looking for this live.
Shit, my ass about to get ready to see how I'm going to deal with this shit in the morning. You know that after this whole time, me looking for that man, I found him.
For real?
Yeah, but in a casket now. I gotta go bury him at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, dang.
I was like, I sat down and I thought, I was like, damn, when I was younger, I used to say I'm gonna spit in his grave. Well, literally, now I'm gonna see him in his grave. And then my perspective changed. I was looking for the man, and they couldn't find him. Now they found him, but I get to see him, but not the way I was expecting. Right. So all the questions I have for him are going with him. That'd be the worst. That's why I be telling people, don't lie to your kids, man. I be telling these moms, don't lie to your kids about their dad, because when they find the truth out, the hate goes towards you that you try to put on them. That should be crazy. Yeah, that's what I gotta go through. Meet a whole bunch of people that I've never seen in my life, but 20 of them. For the first time. At least this one's easy though. It's crazy, right? Because when you don't know somebody, you have no feelings towards that person. It's weird. When I buried my mom, I felt that shit. But yeah, let me get off this, John. So you can find your live. I'm gonna be over here trying to figure out the hell. I'm not sleeping tonight because I was like, it's not hurting. It's just I'm over here like, oh wow, I'm shocked. Like I finally found you, just not the way I was expecting.
And that in itself, just that in itself, I would say this: take it a second at a time. Take it a second at a time. I mean,
Yeah, this is
because
kind
any like emotional knee jerk reaction, can cause but you don't know what you might gain from this experience.
yeah.
Just be open and be understanding.
I am. You see, my perspective changed within the past couple of years. Me learning the truth. Crazy part is I learned the truth when I hit really the whole truth when I hit my 30s when I buried my mom. Almost in my 30s. That's the crazy part about it. So uh, it's just weird how my feelings is like I'm not hurting, I'm not mad, I'm not sad. It's like it's just weird.
It's like you don't know how
Um,
to feel, but because of the
yeah,
relation, you
there's
should
no relationship.
feel.
I've never met the man a day in my life. Like he got he was forced to walk away from me at the age of 3. I don't remember him at all. I have no feelings towards the man. The one that I thought was my father, got buried years ago. So it's kind of like, like it's weird. It's just confusing. I would have thought that I was gonna cry, feel sad, and I don't feel nothing. It's just weird. But
But
maybe
that's
it's because
what I'm
I haven't
saying.
seen it yet.
The perception of how you or the expectation because of the relate like is your dad, even if you don't have a bond of relation, by that being your dad is an expectation. I'm supposed to feel like this. And when you don't,
Yeah,
then you question. But like you said, you never know. You might go around the family and feel something and cry. Not because, of what you lost, but the potential of what you have to gain. So
yeah. I mean, it might be a good thing though. Like I tell people, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. First of all, I don't know the man. Have no feelings for him. But what I am not expecting, but I am hoping to like it's hopes, but hopes die. Is to learn new things about him than what I already know. It's my point because, like I said, I've met a few people, learned my history through a few people that I've met his family, and it's gonna be like it's just weird. I'm sitting here like, damn, I wanted to meet and ask questions. Now I'm stuck with the questions. That's the only thing that's gonna be in my head tomorrow. Like I just had questions, dude. But yeah, we live and learn. That's why I talk about these things. Like I know I'm not the only one to be going through these things, and I just like I guess this is gonna be the first funeral that I'm gonna be able to overcome the fastest. But yeah, it's just a weird feeling. Like I don't know. You ever been through that? Now I must be questioning people. Like you felt like you never had any emotions towards somebody, and you're supposed to have feelings towards somebody.
I would have to say no, not that depth. But it has been people in my life who I felt like I probably should have felt something, but I didn't.
But you knew them.
I was at peace.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, I was at even. I had a friend who was, um, he was really reckless, and I'm talking about by the age of 16. Like I know him since I was 11, but by the age of 16, he had become real reckless, and eventually he was gonna get not only himself but people around him hurt. And when they caught him and he was gone, it was almost like a sense of relief.
that's,
You know
that's
what I'm
almost
saying? Like he was at peace, like, but
that,
at the same time, he wasn't gonna get nobody else hurt. That was weird. It was a weird. So I didn't feel no type of way. But I remember it's just I don't know for some reason I try to rationalize things, and once it makes sense, then for me, it's no need for the certain thing. Like, and that's how I rationalize my emotions a lot. And
I was
that's
just,
how it helped me um,
I was just
you
wondering if
know,
it's okay to be, emotionless for once. Because for the first time
yeah,
ever, I'm emotionless. It's like, what the hell? Great, you feel nothing. For the first time ever, when you're somebody that just gives and always just gives, you feel nothing right now. Like, nothing. Just a cold heart right now. But it's not out of anger. It's not out of happiness either. I don't know how to explain that. I feel
you
nothing.
have no connection. You have no emotional tie, no emotional bond.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you might have a desire for one, but it's just not there.
And that's the only thing driving me over there, just a chance to see that. Even though I wouldn't want to see that, I didn't want to see that person like that. I would have preferred to see that person, warm flesh, somebody I could actually hug. But it is what it is. I'm just glad that I'm not the only person that's not emotionless in every situation.
Oh shit! I do that. I have to go emotional just so I can think. Because if I'm in the emotion, I can't think. So I do that on purpose. It's like a light switch to me.
Oh, shit.
As
Well, that's
soon as
my
I
first
feel
time.
it, I shut it off. As
I
soon as
said,
I feel emotions, I always shut it off.
yeah. Earlier, I was questioning myself. Like, is you like a good daughter? Like, damn, you felt your mom. You cried for your mom, but your dad, you're not feeling shit. Like, is you a good person? Like, I was really questioning somebody. I was talking to me earlier. I was like, I
Yeah.
just felt like the worst person because I'm not having no feelings right now. This is the first time that ever happened to me.
I mean, in a way, something you never had. I mean, how you supposed to feel about that? I'm not trying to be,
Facts. Because
you
now I've
know,
always said it. How can you feel something for for somebody you never had? Like,
even if you had a desire to have it. And
and
I'm
now,
saying this from experience, and
but I didn't
uh,
have it when I
I
said
was,
it.
I'll be honest with you, I was blessed to get my dad back in my life. But it was a time where, my dad wasn't in my life. And it was like, just appreciate, you know, what I did have. That's how I got through not having him in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at what I did have. And when I did that more, he came back in my life. That's why I wasn't bitter or angry or nothing like that. And I just accepted him because I was always grateful for what I had. As we all will be without something. But the minute we focus on what we don't have, we begin to neglect what we do. So, that's one of the lessons I learned in life. So, even though you didn't have him in your life, you made it this far. And now that he's gone and you never really had that experience, it's hard to have that emotional connection when you never really had the opportunity to build it. And that's not your fault. So, I mean, only thing you can do is learn from this, and not allow further generations, coming from your womb to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You are the one who experienced to learn to teach.
That's a fact. You see, that's why I say I'm the way I am. Like, never will I ever follow my mama's steps. I keep saying that shit to people. Like, me and her is two different peoples. So at the end of the day, being like her, that's a big no no. And it's crazy that some of us, in one way, not all of us, and I've seen it. Like going back to the beginning of this live, like you were saying about the childhood, there are some parents that stay stuck in their parents. I mean, yeah, I'm saying it right. There are some parents nowadays that are stuck in their parents' ways.
Uh-huh.
And that can't always be. Like we gotta break that chain. We gotta break that cycle. Me, I'm glad I'm the way I am. I'm glad I am not you know how they say you are your father's child, you are your mother's child. I am my mother's child, but I am not like my mama. I am the complete opposite. So at the end of the day, shit, I'm not mad. I'm happy because I've done everything completely different and better. And I could probably say that. And it's not my ego speaking. It just shows the way my kids say I love you. the way my kids look up to me. Like, I think some of y'all have witnessed what I've been through. My son left and he came back, apologies and all. So it's like I've been blessed. Like, first, like my old head used to say, these things happen for a reason. I still got that old head in my life when my brother passed away, my baby pops passed away, my mom passed away. Everything happens for a reason. He wasn't probably meant to be in your life. Things could have probably went different, especially my upbringing. So I ain't missed nothing. I have everything. And that's the best way of seeing things. That's why sometimes I think I'm cold, because it's like the way I move on with things is like it never even happened. But people don't even know that certain things have hurt me, and I moved on like nothing but feeling that pain with a fake smile, just so that people wouldn't know that deep down I'm hurt. From fake
Well, I
smiles.
mean, like it just in life, it takes time to heal wounds. So that don't matter if it's physical, mental, or spiritual. You know, it takes time. But the progression is the importance. Are you progressing? You know, are you getting better or are you getting worse? So, you know, that's the duality within life. So with any experience, you know, just showing perseverance. You know, some of us built like that. They call it the Joan of Arc complex. You know, some of us are just built to go through more physical and emotional and spiritual shit than most people, and we go through it so they don't have to. You know,
But they
that's
say
just how it is.
not all of us is built to go through that. And what's crazy is, right,
Mm.
when you speak, sometimes you sound like my old head, and she says that only the chosen ones can endure such pain. And I'll be looking like,
Yeah,
what you talking about? She's like, Ray, you
right.
don't get it. You're part of the chosen ones. I'm like, whatever. To this day, I'm still trying to figure it out. It seems like a fucking theory, a fairy tale. You see where I'm
It's
coming
not
from?
a.
Like, you're not
It's
making
not.
sense. And she's
No,
taking, she's
it's,
like, you have to go to the astral world. I'm like, what? She be having me and listen. I'm like, I get it. I get it. You're trying to like tell me why is it that I've overcome all this stuff? Why I'm, I've been through all these things and overcome what others haven't. But it seems like a fairy tale. I still haven't seen myself outside my body yet. Like you're
is people like that's why I try to explain things in a more practical way. Like even when people say go to the astral world, it's just a form of meditation. Go to meditate. Go quiet your mind, get away from everything and everybody. Listen to your own thoughts. Talk to yourself. You know,
I do
um,
that. Yeah, we already do that
people.
shit though.
The more you relax. Now, there's different things you can do. Like I don't know who I was talking to last night, but we was talking, about the witching hours. You know, between 3 and 5, and the reason it's 3 and 5 because time changes, especially within daylight saving time. You know how that fluctuate, go back and forth. But anyway, in between those hours, they always say it's a witching hour. They say the veil is thinnest between different realities. But in all actuality, it is more or less when your body is at a certain stasis. It is usually around that time that you either sleep or in between sleep and woke. And in between that, that's they call that life and death. You know, and like a cult, they call that between life and death when you go to sleep. You know, literally they call that anyway. So in between that, that's when you most susceptible to bring messages back from the other side. So that's when they say the veil is thin. That's when you're in and out of consciousness. You're going between both worlds. Like you sleep, but you coherent, so you
Those
can
are the times I
understand
have
what's
the
going
hardest.
there.
Yeah, those are the
You
times
said,
I'm having the hardest time sleeping between 3 to 5. People don't notice I be going live around them times. And it's not around 2 to 5. I be having the hardest time sleeping.
and that's why because you fluctuate. You gotta still your mind, still your body. That's like in like that's even proven, man. That's a whole nother conversation, but that's even proven what the person was saying. If you have difficulties, that's because you are balanced. Most people, like people with gifts, they have certain, like when they talk about ADHD, you know, I'm not saying everyone with ADHD, but do you notice how certain people with ADHD they use it versus it being a detriment to them?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I get what
all
you're
these, like even like some of these people they say autistic, you know, not saying everyone, but some of them they super exceed what they um, illness is supposed to um, hinder them from doing. They super exceeded, and that illness is no longer illness; it becomes a superpower.
saying.
Like being able to concentrate on multiple things. You know how observant you be. Like I, like I don't even. I used to be able to sit in a room, and close my eyes, and listen to different conversations. Not even like it don't. It didn't take me that long to understand text pattern from just observing, understanding what people trying to convey through the pattern. Like if I done been around you a couple times, I can tell the emotions you putting in by your word selection and how you structuring the word. That's why like even sitting there like when we was talking about commanding them, I was able to tell you how they present. Now sit back and watch and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Just observe everything I said. What I said about them, how they break stuff down. You give me time enough to study something. Yeah, I'm that dude for real.
So the only time I could really observe is when the room is crowded. That's when I fall back and I observe everything. That's the crazy part. Or I'm outside. When I'm in an empty room or when I'm with a few people, I don't know.
You know what? I used to wonder how often do people notice I ask questions to get um I don't want to say ask questions to get answers, but to see different ways people think.
I don't think people gonna notice that. 'Cause I be doing the same thing. I be trying to get different perspectives, and I be like Inspector Gadget and Sherlock Holmes combined. I'm like, I just listen. Like, I really don't. I mean, I got opinions, I got perspectives, but I really listen and I put two and two together. I think different from people, so it's kind of like I don't know. People don't notice that because I do the same thing. They really don't. And some people just think that you got an opinion about their opinion when you do that. And I don't know if you noticed that.
The people weird, bro.
That's and now what you trying to say with that? I'm just asking a question to just try to get an understanding of what you're trying to say, or what you trying to get me to understand.
That's the only reason you ask questions to get clarity. That's the only reason I ask questions, just to understand.
Because I do it too. I really do ask a lot of questions. I'm like, I thought this was like this, but I was like, where I see is, you got a different perspective, and now, it's gonna get me to wonder why. Boom. So I'm gonna start looking up some shit. Like that's what got me curious. Like I tell people, I recommend your channel a lot. Because at the end of the day, when you talk, even when you don't have nobody on here, you can have a panel for like an hour or two. And I'm just listening when I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, or I'm writing down what I'm writing. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh shit, okay. I thought this was like this. Boom. I'm going to search. I'm like, damn. Like, what the fuck? This nigga's like a walking encyclopedia. And I'm not saying you're always perfect on what you're saying, but you be on point. And I'm going to say at least 95% of the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you around. And this is the thing too. And I always tell people new information come up with about information. So like a lot of the stuff, I try to be on top, and I try only to talk about things I understand at bare minimum. I might not know it, but I have an understanding. And we can have a discussion because I can learn more, or I can share what I know. That's just how my brain works. So yeah, that's always my intention. But yeah, I'm not a oh believe me type person. That's why I tell people to practice. Like anything I say, I'm telling you from a practical aspect because I practice these things.
What you've been saying for the past couple of years, a lot of people are starting to say it now, and a lot of people are starting to share videos. Like a lot of people have been sending me videos with the astro, the universe. I'm gonna say it's what physics or something when you talk about the astral world, and then you talk about the universe, and you're talking about your physical body, but not the vessel, the spirit within, or the soul within, or however they want to put it. And the shit you've been saying, I'm starting to see a lot of people starting to say it now. And I don't know if it's that people are coming from TikTok lately within the past month or two. You see where I'm coming over here, that they're bringing it from over there. But I'm noticing a lot of that now on YouTube. And I was like, damn, like, word's been having this trend already for the past couple years since I've known. And it's crazy how people are starting to get in tune with this now.
And it's funny because I'm starting to hear people say I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And they don't even know where that saying came from, but it's funny. So I'm not gonna share that yet. But it's a certain, you can say, religious teaching. So it's a religious teaching.
I see why a lot of people get mad. You is on point with a lot of shit. Now I'm starting to put it into like together. Some people was wondering why in the beginning, but if y'all peep it, I'm going down the rabbit hole, right? So I'm going to learn about my past, right? And I'm learning about my ancestors and the presidents and the wars and why, how it all got to here. Remember, before I got to these videos, I was reading hardback books, history books and shit, different history books. So now I'm comparing the both or analyzing the both, seeing the similarities, trying to get the truth out of both. While I'm diving down that, I'm also diving down the rabbit hole in the history of the Bible and trying to break that down. And what's crazy is, right, shit you've been saying are in a lot of these videos that have been sent to me too. And I'm like, yo, word is on some shit over there because it's crazy how what you're saying, a lot of other people, that are surrounding my circle right now are into the same shit that you are. And y'all saying the same shit. So either you're tripping, right? Or the people that is getting mad at you is tripping for no fucking reason.
Man, like when it comes to like religion and stuff, most people don't look at the historical aspects of religion. And if you simply look at the historical aspects, you'll see the origin. Like Hebrews, the Torah, or Christianity, all that was, well, I'm going to start with the Hebrews. The Hebrews was birthed out of Canaan. It was Canaanites. It was a subgroup of Canaanites, that basically separated and defined themselves. I'm talking about historical. I'm not talking about nothing from the Bible. I'm not talking about people coming from Ham or Shem or none of that. I'm talking about historically where these people came from. So there was amongst a bunch of Semitic tribes, and they traded and they went in between these Semitic tribes, and eventually when they made it to Rome, they had this religion, and these people really believed in this religion, and Constantine merged it with a different religion. He took the people out of one religion and convinced them. First, he didn't convert up until he was, his demise. On his deathbed, I think he converted. Said, I'm a Christian then. But before that, he was putting Christianity on the map, making things happen. So it was a predominant religion. So it had a place within Rome. So that's why now, if you look at the oldest Bible, New Testament ever written, is written in Greek, not Hebrew, not Aramaic, not none of the Semitic languages. It was written in Greek. And you understand the Council of Nicene, the Council of Naples, all these historical events that occurred. I mean, like, you want to debate me on what's in the book or how the book was created. That's why I'm not saying, I don't be saying people can't debate me from what the Bible means. Is you can't debate it's what it is, though. You can't debate me on it. because
You
I'm gonna
remember when
produce facts and you can't. And if you can produce facts, then there's only one facts that's available.
but listen,
So I mean,
you remember when the bull got mad about, how you had your beliefs and stuff like that, and he was having a debate in the chat about science being the real, method, not the Bible, not God, something about God being real, science being. Listen, how it first came about, which came first, science or the Bible, whatever. He had the debate himself because you wasn't even having the debate; you were just talking. But
yeah,
anyways, somebody sent me a video, right? I broke it down on my live, right? And it was, breaking down how the Bible got put together and all that. I'm sitting here, I was like, yo, if this shit is true, that means that everything the word is saying and everything the word is, people's getting mad for you saying on that live is true. Listen, I'm sitting here, I was like, wait. So you telling me that if this video is true, that the Bible got put together, from different texts, you see where I'm coming from? Different myths, different theories, and stories that other people had from storytelling. I mean, I could go down the line. I'm saying, like, so no wonder the Bible is, it's two stories to every, person in the Bible, and it contradicts itself. Like, I know people got mad when I was saying this shit, but at the end of the day, I was stuck on stupid. I was like, wait, I wasn't expecting to get a video from a subscriber like this. So I'm like, what the fuck?
like even within the Bible, like is incomplete because even the scholars will tell you that there's certain chapters missing out from different books because not only like you talk about the book of Enoch, but even the book of John. The whole book of John ain't there. The whole revelation of John ain't there. They took a lot of that out, and now they're called apocryphal texts. The book of Thomas is not in there. Now they call it apocryphal texts. These are Gnostic teachings. These are things that they took out because it didn't correlate with what they the narrative. Because remember, these wasn't even books. All these was just these was written on papyrus. These are scrolls.
Yeah, but the majority of the chapters in the Bible, nothing but storytelling. It's myths. That's why I'm sitting here. I was like, wait. Whoa.
But
I had to look into
I just
it.
don't. What was ever proven factual that came out the Bible?
None of the stuff. What I was trying to figure out, right? And if they got, they copied. Because you mentioned that guy. It was a guy. What was his name that they copied Jesus Christ from? And I went and I looked into.
Oh shit!
I can't remember.
There's a whole bunch. I can name probably about 4 or 5.
I broke it down on that.
Nasties,
I think I broke it down on this last live. I just looked.
So you talk about
because
not Serapis Bay, but
the guy that they imitated Jesus Christ to be from, like, everything all his powers, everything was from an old story of
it's
God.
from a couple. Is a couple of them. The most famous one, the most one that probably correlated is Dionysus.
I wasn't tripping when I thought that. I was like, either this guy's a pharaoh, he was born into, and people thought I was going crazy. I was like, no, because it's like, yo, remember I kept telling you, I was like, all this shit is not making sense. And now it's like, all right, you've been breaking it down for the longest, but now I got more videos. These videos are going into more details, more, I don't even know how they allow them in there because they would say to me, I'm going against policy guidelines, but I guess.
You can't academically, Christianity is a theology.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a myth.
Yeah. So it gets you the question. I'm like, but even though, like, they got certain stories from a script, right? From scripts that were written from back then, right? And if the pharaohs did exist from the history books and all that stuff, are these stories in the Bible? Because some of them do sound familiar from the history books. If you go dive down the rabbit hole in these history books, it's kind of crazy how some of them do sound familiar. Were these pharaohs and kings and queens that were they're mentioning in the Bible? They were, looking up to a god.
This is what happened, right?
What the fuck is Zeus mentioned in the Bible? Like, you see my point?
Many gods was mentioned in the Bible. Baal was mentioned in the Bible. Marduk was mentioned in the Bible. The Anu was mentioned in the Bible.
People was like, show me where. I'm sitting here like, you want me to show you where in the Bible? You go read the Bible again. I'm not reading these chapters again. I had a hard time trying to figure this shit out. It's not the
But
kids' Bible.
this is the thing, though. Influence, right? So when you look at the historical aspect, it was people moving, migrating, merging. So they start telling stories about their gods. They start telling stories about their God. These people start adopting stuff that this God did. This people start adopting stuff that this God did. Then people start writing it down. And whoever had the most compelling story win. That's how it went.
Story.
To sum it up, I mean, I'm just being real. You know, whoever had the most. That's how it was written back then. That's why when you look at the New Testament, there's a different style of writing from the Old Testament. New Testament more poetic.
Now I'm gonna have to get off this live. Shit.
Oh. Let me get my butt off here. We've been rocking and rolling. All right, I appreciate you, sis. Hey, y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations that build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.